What's up? What's up? What's up? We back at it, man. Newest, latest situation. What's going on with the Iranian war? They've closed it back down. Now I understand a British Navy ship has been hit in the Strait. Issues. America put up a blockade, so they had an issue with Lebanon, and they got that cleared up. And what they're saying now is they don't trust each other, neither side. They said they'll claim a ceasefire. They'll claim a ceasefire, then they'll attack. The other person will either say, "Yeah, let's do a ceasefire," and then when they say okay, then they'll attack. Iranians also haven't been sending. Uh, they got rid of the Ayatollah, and then they had a second round of leaders, and the Israel attacked them, and they have a third round. And what they've done is they send what the Iranians been doing is sending lower ranks. They're not even sending any of those commanders. They're sending more or less spokespeople because they don't trust that the talks will be peaceful. They think that they're going to try to assassinate the leaders. So they're sending people of a lesser rank. Let me say, I'm not going to say people who are expendable, but people of a lesser rank. So this just shows you this is war. They learn from their mistakes. And they don't trust the United States now. They claim, I saw Trump yesterday claiming that the strait was open and Iran was going to hand him nuclear material, nuclear dust, whatever that is. And turns out all of that was a lie. All of that was a lie. The strait's still closed. They're not going to hand over anything. They still have a list of demands. Remember, the strait was open before the war. It doesn't even make sense, right? When you think about it, the strait was open before you went to war. You went to war to do what? You go to war to do what? You went to war to do what? Oh, we got to stop them from nuclear. They don't have them now. They didn't have them then. They don't have them now. So if you just make up a lie, and accuse them of having nuclear weapons, then that justifies your terrorism. You just go in there and assassinate them and say, well, they're trying to get a nuclear weapon. And so and people, more and more the world stage is looking at this, and now it looks like we got a British vessel that has been fired upon. I don't know if it's United States. I don't know if it was Iran, but that's why you don't want these things like that. You do not want these things to go this way because they can get bad real quick. They can get real bad real quick, and all it takes is one mistake. Just one mistake. You misread a flag, you misread a ship, you can get fooled. Another ship, they have weaponry. It's a theater of war. They can send out a false signal, and you can shoot off of that. And then next thing you know, you've hit a Chinese vessel. You've hit a Russian. We know how Putin is. You've destroyed a Russian, and that's how we get into way too deep. And then how do you get out of that? How do you get out of this? And once again, they don't believe. They think the U.S. is in bad faith. They say, how can you negotiate from bad faith? All you do is wait for us to come to peace talks, and it's illegal to do this. Then you delete all of our leaders, and then you say, let's do another peace talk, and then you delete our leaders, and then you never adhere to the peace talks. You attack. You go right like you haven't signed the deal. So the Strait of Hormuz is closed. Remember, it was open before the war. There's more and more solid information that Trump is planning a ground invasion. And people believe he's always planned a ground invasion. And the Pope, they're asking the Pope to debate Trump. Sean Hannity, which is a propagandist for Fox News, Sean Hannity, He came out and publicly said that he was raised Catholic. He said Sean Hannity said on his platform, on his program, he was raised Catholic, but I would choose Trump over the Pope. I don't know what to say, man. I get it. You get paid to push a narrative. I get it. You're extreme partisan. You're an extreme partisan. You get paid to push a narrative. But wow, I mean, now you're worshiping Trump? So now you guys are worshiping Trump? Now you guys go from he's president, now you were raised as a Catholic and you put him ahead of the Pope? Trump? You would put Trump ahead of the Pope. He posted another picture too. He posted another picture of him with Jesus. He keeps doing it. He disrespects the Christian faith. He has no respect for Christ, and he just keeps doing it. But just like Sean Hannity, they're going to make a bunch of excuses and they've always done this. Just like Sean, they're going to excuse his behavior. Now, how do you have peace, right? If every time you sit down, the other person, the other side, violates the tenets of the agreement. And remember, the Strait of Hormuz was open before this. It was wide open. Now it's closed. And they was talking about, oh, we get things out of there. We need it. We need it. But it looks like somebody's fired upon a British ship. Somebody's fired upon them. And we don't know was it the Iranians or was it the Americans? Because for whatever reason, Trump said, let's put up a blockade. That's what they say. So I have no idea what's going on. We're not getting all the information. We don't even know how many we don't know how many casualties, and we don't know how many people that we've lost. We don't. We sit here right now, and we don't know if your little cousin, we don't know if somebody in your family, someone in your neighborhood, someone that you went to school with has lost their lives in the military, because they're not telling us everything that's happening. They're completely keeping us in the dark. Now you got people like Sean Hannity talking about he'd take the Pope over Trump. And I guess the answer to the question would be you don't choose neither one. Because you're not supposed to worship men, just regular. You don't worship these people. They're not Trump, but the Pope is a messenger. He's a symbol. You don't have to worship him. You can, but you're not supposed to do that now. But these people right now, can you believe it? They're worshiping Trump now. They're literally worshiping Trump. They're worshiping Trump, and anything he says is perfect. And then when you say the Pope is saying, well, we can't just commit genocide, Pope's like, I can never approve an action like that. People are saying, I'm not listening to the Pope. So now they're leaving the Pope and they're going to Donald Trump, and that's our new leader now. And Sean Hannity said he was raised. Just think about this. Sean Hannity was raised Catholic. He was raised Catholic. And this is enough. Donald Trump, now he worships Trump. And now he says that the Pope, how's the Pope wrong? The Pope would never approve of those types of action. That's what somebody said, the Pope is weak on crime. Where he says he has to be, where are you getting that he has to be? What do you mean? What do you mean? He's weak. What is he supposed to do? Is he supposed to go and bomb Iran? Is he supposed to go in and say they have nuclear weapons when they don't? And then stay there for over a month and try to act like you're there for nuclear weapons? There are no nuclear weapons there. And the Strait of Hormuz is closed. And we just had a British ship that's been hit. We just had a British ship take fire. And we know that's just an elevation into the conflict's just going to get worse. It's going to get worse. And I saw Putin. Putin was tearing up a piece of paper. Somebody sent Putin something, and he didn't even read it. He just tore it up. That was his answer. Somebody sent him some type of message. I think it may have been Israel. They sent him a message. And once he got it, he just tore it up. He's not going to tolerate any of this stuff. And right now, the Pope, I'm just saying, I'm not Catholic. But come on, man, you would choose Trump. I choose the Pope. I choose the Pope. I'm not Catholic. I know that the man has certain tenets and beliefs. I mean, Sean Hannity comes out and says he was raised Catholic, but now he supports 100% Donald Trump. He worships Trump. I didn't even know we was doing all that. I thought we was voting for a president. I didn't know we were voting for our God, someone who is that we have to now worship. Someone who literally walks on water. I didn't know that. But according to Fox News, you got to worship this administration. And there's a guy in the chat that he says that America, this is the American administration. He doesn't believe in Democrat, Republican. He's saying this Republican, conservative, really what they are. Or how about lobby paid for this organization, right? This is the only Americans, and the other people, they're not Americans. So yeah, Trump's got them thinking that. I didn't know that. Trump's got them thinking that only he's an American if you disagree with anything he does. You're not an American. Well, it's working, man. He's got Sean Hannity. I don't know how a man can walk away from his religion. You tell me how a man can walk away from his faith, his religion. This man's walked away from that to support Trump. And even though he's, a Fox News guy, whatever, you make of that what you will, right? There's no reason for him to choose to lose his faith. You just do what you've been doing. You don't have to get into your faith is personal. That's something you don't have to even share. How can he sit up there and say, I choose Trump over the Pope? And we got a blockade. And we've been over there for over 30 days, and gas prices are through the roof. I saw gas, I was driving down. I saw gas $7.15. $7.15. I saw it. And this gas is going up more and more. And the American people are being told that they just have to accept it. Why do we have to accept it? We didn't have to go to war. And it might get worse. I see that they they raised the age to 42. Perhaps they have plans to draw China into a war. And now this is a little bit different. Over in Iran, they can't reach us. The Chinese thing would be completely different. It would be completely different. And I'm not sure we're prepared for that. I mean, I hope now we can defend ourselves. But why are we over here getting into conflicts? A war of choice, a war of convenience. And we saw he was making fun of the Pope, called him weak. What is he supposed to be, a Genghis Khan? He's the Pope. What is he supposed to be? I don't get it. I don't understand. What is Pope Leo? What is he supposed to be, a warrior? He's supposed to be Conan the Barbarian? What is he supposed to be, man? He's the Pope. He's a religious figure. You had Mother Teresa. What was she supposed to be? Sexy red? No, that wasn't her lane. She was Mother Teresa. What was you supposed to say? Well, she ain't sexy red, so I don't like her. Well, that's Mother Teresa. That's not what she's doing. But she's not doing what sexy red. She's lame. You got the Pope up here. The Pope is the Pope. He wants to bring peace to everybody. He wants to bring peace to everybody. You got Trump out here with a blockade. He's already come out and said we're going to go back to bombing. He could care less. We got American troops. They already said he pre-planned a ground war. So we're going to have more casualties. And we're not here. We don't know. When we get 500, 400 casualties, then maybe they'll tell us what this information is being held back. And now he had one of his lead propagandists, Sean Hannity, come out and say, I take the Pope. I mean, the Trump. And sometimes you even get surprised. Sometimes you think you've seen it all. You just look at the world, you look at your life, and you think you've seen it all. This man just said he would support. He takes Donald Trump over. He was raised a Catholic. He would take Donald Trump over the Pope. And you literally are at a point in your life where maybe something happened. Did you fall down and hit your head? What is going on? What are we doing? What are we doing? He says, tell someone they can't do what you did. Yeah, nukes is a BS. Yeah, just go in there and under the belief of nukes and just to seize their country. And you got 90 million people. And then you displace people, and then you have mass migration to these places, and that strains the resources. What are we doing? What are we doing? What are we doing? It's like we're turning a blind eye. You got Sean Hannity. Sean Hannity's been on Fox News, I don't know, forever. I think he used to hang wallpaper. Now he's doing, just think about that. He went from hanging wallpaper to preaching to MAGA. He's preaching to these ultra conservatives. He's feeding them propaganda. He's feeding them propaganda, and they're eating every bit of it up. And now Trump's turning it up another notch. He's saying, hey, now you guys need to worship me. Yeah, you guys, you hang on my every word. Everything about me you're in love with. You wish you could be like me. You see me and my beautiful foreign wife and my wives before that and my bank account. I'm a billionaire. And you wish that, you could do like me, so you live through me, right? And now Trump's saying, worship me. Worship me. He's demanding that you worship him now. He's demanding that. He's demanding that you worship him. Take care of him. That's what he's demanding now. And you guys, look, Sean Hannity is a de facto leader. So I'm just watching, man. I'm just observing. I'm sure you guys going to start worshiping Trump. Are we about to have, we know Trump has a merchandise store. We're going to have the first church of Trump. And if we do, will Trump ever attend? And what would that be like? I mean, what would that be like? You're sitting around and you're supporting Trump and you're worshiping Trump. And then imagine Trump, one day he steps through that door. You guys going to treat him like he's Jesus reborn? Are you guys then going to run up and lift, touch his garment? Are there going to be some people there hoping to be prayed, rescued? Are we going to see him heal the blind, have the crippled walk? I want to see that. Trump, I want to see it. Trump, I want to see it. I want to see it, Trump. I want to see you raise someone up from the dead. I want to see it, Trump. Do it. Do it, Trump. Yeah, you got the people now that worshiping Donald Trump. They go from loyal support. They go from being fed propaganda of Fox News, absolute propaganda. They're fed. They eat every bit of it. They don't even question it. I was looking at Fox News the other day. It is ridiculous. Just complete incompetence. I said, these people are supposed to be journalists. These people are incompetents, just clowns, just absolute clowns. And you got every washed up general, failed administrator, somebody who worked in the Bush administration, just failures. They're just sitting up there running off at the mouth talking about Trump's making all the right decisions. This is which war. We're there for 30. We weren't supposed to be there. We're still there. The strait's closed. How did we achieve our mission? The strait is closed. And they got all those guys up there and they're lying. And Sean Hannity, he's losing his religion. I want to see if Laura Ingraham, I don't know if she was raised as a Catholic, was she going to choose Trump over the Pope? Maybe. I mean, maybe. Why not? Why don't we have the first church of Trump? Why don't we have a Trump church? What everybody can do, we can go in there and worship Donald Trump. Maybe, you know what, we might not get Trump. That's a lot to ask. We might get Don Jr. though, huh? Oh, we got Don Jr. in the house. Don Jr. Don Jr. And look at his nose, though. What is that? Did he have a powdered donut? What's on his nose? I don't know, man. I don't know. Strait of Hormuz is still closed. They're still fighting over there. It's still costing us money. And your friend, your family, my family, someone who grew up in your neighborhood, someone who went to your church, someone you know is about to go boots on the ground and quite possibly lose their life. And you guys are worshiping Donald Trump. God, you know what? I got to give Trump credit. I didn't know. I did not know he had you like that. I didn't know it. But I know now. I can't underestimate you, Trump. You got him. Got him in the palm of your hand. Oh, we saw with Jan 6, you had them come out there and crash out. You let a lot of them, you let them all out. Trump, you got him in the palm of your hand. You got him. And Sean Hannity said he's now worshiping Trump. He went from being raised Catholic to worshiping Trump. And I'm looking at that. I wasn't raised Catholic. But wow, I mean, like, wow. Can you imagine if I sat up here and said, I worship Joe Biden? Can you just think about that for a minute? What if you saw me say publicly that Joe Biden is my God? Wouldn't that be crazy? Wouldn't you think I would have lost something? When you tell me, hey, man, you need to go sit down somewhere. You need to go take an aspirin, man. Go take a Bufferin. Go take a Bufferin, man, and just go home for the rest of the day. What do you worship Joe Biden? Joe Biden's a man. What are you talking about you worshiping? Well, we got this right now. We got it right now. We got it up here with Sean Hannity, Fox News. And you know, you're going to see all those, the Fox and Friends, that Fox in the Morning stuff. You're going to see the Fox in the Morning. And I can't wait till I see, what's the black woman there? Oh, man, I forget her name. She's so famous. I forgot her name, though. It's a black woman works at Fox. You guys know them. It ain't a lot of them, so it's pretty easy to know. I want to know if she's going to come out publicly and say she's now worshiping Donald Trump. Wow. That's going to be something to see, huh? That's going to be something to see. What is her name, man? What's her name? She's not even good. Let me say this. She's not even a good propaganda. Look, I've seen her stuff, man. The stuff she be doing. Hey, but she got a good job, though. Hey, no, I give her that. Now, she was just saying, I'm getting paid, though. I was like, man, you ain't lying. You are not lying. You getting the bag. She getting the bag. Oh, what's that black woman? What's that, man? Somebody in the chat. What's the black lady at Fox News? I think the 5. He said you talking about Megan Kelly. Yeah. Faulkner. Yeah, it's what is that? Faulkner. What's her first name? Faulkner. Anyhow, I don't forgot. Faulkner. Yeah. I wonder if, yeah, look at that in the chat. That dude said the Pope can, bro, you going to hell for that. I can't believe you said that with a straight face, man. Even on a YouTube channel, man, you shouldn't be saying stuff like that. God, bro, some of these people, man. Some of these people. Yeah, he said the Vatican. Well, we know about the Epstein files of Mike, though, right? Are we going to ignore that? And I agree with you, Mike. Like I said, I wasn't raised Catholic. I agree, Mike. There should be more criticism. Harris Faulkner, thank you. There should be more criticism, Mike. But Mike, you're leaving out a group. What about the Epstein files? What, the woman, she didn't show up. She got subpoenaed. She didn't show up. She got fired. What are they hiding? What's going on? That sounds like somebody's trying to hide something to me. Are you in the Epstein files? What are you doing in the Epstein files where you're firing the AG and then you're firing the AG. You're firing the AG, and then you're turning around and trying to tell people you're not afraid of what comes out of the Epstein files. Why are you not afraid? Because you was a billionaire, or how about that? I don't know if you was a billionaire. How about this though? Millionaire. You were that. You were a millionaire playboy, and you had a big old yacht. And there's videos of you with a bunch of look. We don't know. I don't know. I'm not gonna just jump out there and call you that, right? But we did see you with Epstein, who was known. He had an island of dealing with underage minors. We know Jeremy was doing it. And you was hanging out with him, though. You took a lot of pictures with him. What's in the Epstein files, Trump? You don't want him to come out? They let him come out and they'll clear your name, brother. Let him come out, they clear your name. Stand on it, Trump. Stand on it. Say, hey, yeah, I hung out with him, but I didn't move like that. I hung out with him, but I didn't know he was moving like that. He said, Diddy. Yeah, what about Diddy? Diddy in jail. Diddy in jail, and Jay-Z got real quiet. Jay-Z deleted his account. Jay-Z got on his gram. He deleted that thing. He said, I'm out of this. He said, you know what I'm saying? They can't put that on. You can't put that on Diddy. I mean, you can't put that on Jay-Z. That's Diddy problem. You see what I'm saying? But he was a millionaire playboy, man, and we know Jeremy Epstein, how he moved, man. Look, I hope Trump, I hope, and I pray tonight about it. I hope you're not a part of that, man. I hope to God you weren't doing that, man. I mean, I get it, though. I'm not like a lot of other people. That was your friend. He was rich. He lived a rich man's lifestyle. There was probably situations, because you joked about it. There was, no, you know what? I don't think you've seen that. I think that you knew he lived a certain type of way, but you weren't privy to, you know what I'm saying? No, I'm giving Trump the benefit of, he wasn't, but some of those files, though, some of the things those people were saying, I can't wait. And yeah, we gonna do her this way, and oh, I can't wait for a piece. Yeah, just all these emails. You've had people have to step down. Wealthy men have had to step down from positions. There's emails with the Epsteins, and they're saying all types of inappropriate things, just things you don't associate. You know, and then they're saying it about women children. What are you saying, man? What's coming out of your mouth? And yeah, these men have stepped down. And he said Trump is the dog that hasn't barked. What does that? See, that's what I mean. They speak that language. That's some suburban stuff. I have never heard that. That's if you grew up in the burbs. You grew up, your family was rich. That's how rich folks talk. Because I don't have any idea what that means. So maybe, that's that upper class rich talk. Trump's the dog that hasn't barked. What the hell does that mean? What does that mean? He said your family was poor. Change that to is poor. Okay, no, he said was. When you mean was, motherfucker? We still poor. Was. I wish it was, but it is. It is, brother. Hey, it is what it is, man. You know what I'm saying? Got to keep the roof on your head. I wish you guys, y'all got them private jets and them fancy cars, and y'all, that's the life y'all live, man. Ain't my thing, man. I'm gonna be for real. I don't even want. I don't need a private jet. I'm all right with that. I still want to fly. I want to go first class though. No. I still want to go first, but no, I don't need no private jet. I just don't even need that. I just don't even. It ain't even that important for me to be doing that. So that's a no. And then cars, man. Once you get a decent car, how many cars do you need? And they're a bad purchase anyhow. So what are you saying? He said Southwest. Yeah, I saw Spirit. They got a Spirit out here. I didn't know that. Go get your ticket, man. I see people every day. You know what I should show? I got a video of that. People every day, man. These are regular working people. I see them. There's a place you can go. Oh, it's about 200 yards. It's about 200. It's a 200-yard strip. That you go from the parking to the airport, and it's covered, and you can watch people. You can go and rent a car, and then you can go into that thing. You're not in the airport. You can go sit down, and you can watch people either coming to get a car or turning the car in and then going to the airport. I see those people. Those are working class people, man. Those people are just like me. That's what's getting on those airlines. I don't have no problem with riding with them. I don't need a private jet. I don't need my own private island. See, and that's who Trump was hanging out with. Trump was hanging out with the guy who won't get on a private. He's not going to fly charter. He's not going to fly like you fly. He's not going to wait in the lines. He's not going to wait till it's his turn to get on the plane. He's not going to sit down and know he has to be respectful to the other people sitting next to him, even though they're strangers, they're Americans. So I'm fine with that. Guy was in here bragging, talking about my family's poor. If being poor is working class, you're right. But we're just as American as you are, Mr. Rich Man. Isn't that something, too? They do sort of teach you, too. That's a type of classism. They figure if you don't live in a big house, if your kids are not going to a private school, if you don't have a maid, your voice don't count. You need to shut up. Ain't that something, man? And this is supposed to be America. This is supposed to be the country that we're proud of and we love, and you talking like that to the citizens? You got a stupid idiot in here because he's brainwashed. He's sat back, he's listened to Fox News, and he's become brainwashed. And he's mad at me that they can't brainwash me. Fox can't brainwash me. They brainwash you, though. And you don't worship a man. I wasn't raised Catholic. I don't worship the Pope. I certainly don't worship Trump. Didn't he get COVID? I didn't know God could get COVID. Damn, they need another vaccine. Damn, we need another vaccine, man. Because if Jesus can get it, come on, man, come on, Trump. They say Trump is the new Jesus, so I know he had got COVID. Somebody say he got heart disease. His ankle swole, his hand swole. Can he? Can a deity get those? I didn't know that. I didn't know a deity could suffer from those ailments. Sean Hannity, he was raised Catholic. He says he takes Trump over the Pope. I don't even understand that. That makes no sense. That makes absolutely no sense, but it does make sense if you understand the brainwashing and people who go through a period of brainwashing. And what we see is this is the effects of being brainwashed. He said, remember the president said Azerbaijan and Albania. What is he talking about? Hold on. You got to be talking about, hold up. You talking about Biden. Yeah. Where we at? We 34 minutes in. There we go. Man, I'm about to put some money up. We got to put the Biden. I want everybody, man, get something to drink, man. We every time they bring up Joe Biden, let's have a drink, huh? It took them 34 minutes before they start talking about Biden. I don't worship Biden. First of all, I never voted for Biden. But since you say he's my president, right? I don't know why is he my president? I didn't vote for Biden. First of all, I don't agree with a whole lot of stuff man, yeah, I'm not even going into that. Well, you know what? I don't want to go down that rabbit hole, but no, I didn't agree with it. Where is this liberal? Why is it if I say Trump is disrespectful to the Pope, I'm a fucking liberal now? How does that make me a liberal? I'm not a liberal. I'm not a liberal. What is this? So if I disagree with anything Trump, just like I'm a liberal like Mike Pence is a liberal. Just think about that for a minute. Now I'm a liberal because I don't agree with everything Trump did. Mike Pence, all he did was say, hey, I'm not going to break. I took an oath to follow the law. That's all Mike Pence said. Mike Pence said, I took an oath to support my country. I'm not going to violate my oath and lie for you. Oh, you're a liberal. How's he a liberal? This is ridiculous, man. This is absurd. Hey, listen, everybody, you ready, man? Every time they bring up Joe Biden, I have no idea why they keep bringing his name up to me. I don't know. I told him I could give a damn. I don't care about no Joe Biden. What is this Joe Biden stuff? I'm talking about Trump. I'm talking about the Strait of Hormuz is closed. I'm talking about black people dying. I'm talking about white people dying. I'm talking about poor people having to fight the war. And these people are talking about Joe Biden. And somebody put earlier, I saw you put trans. He says, you support trans. Where's he getting that from? And why are you even bringing a subject like that up? Nobody's even talking about that. But because I don't agree with worshiping Trump, now all of a sudden I support trans community. Where are you getting that from? And it's always, especially if I'm a man, I want to tell you, they always do that to a man. The very minute, especially a man, because, we tend to see that from a different perspective with women. It's a different way. We know women do that, right? Well, I'm not going to go into that rabbit hole, but that whole gay stuff, they started, and now they done put that into the politics now. Ain't that something? Ain't that crazy when you think about it? That's MAGA there, bro. That's Make America Again right there. I worship him now. You got people who are Catholic. Now, we know Sean Hannity. He just did it. I want to see more. I'm going to go over to TikTok. I want to see more Catholics denounce the Pope, and now they 100% worship Trump. And somebody in the chat said, well, they ain't losing much. Whoa. I guess they're talking about that kid. Wow. I wasn't raised Catholic, though. I guess they're talking about those priests, those pedophile priests and Catholics. And they said, if you worship Trump, you ain't losing much. So you think? Maybe, huh? Maybe a little bit. We got Fox News. Now, if you thought Fox News was actual news, if you thought it was a fair and balanced, right? One of the main personalities on Fox News, Sean Hannity, has come out and said he'll take Trump, even though despite the fact he was raised Catholic, he will choose Trump. I couldn't believe it, man. When he said that, I just said, what the? I couldn't believe this. Man, I get it, bro. I know what you're saying. You got a job to do. Hey, Sean, if not you, somebody else, right? I think Sean used to hang wallpaper. I think Sean was hanging wallpaper. He was listening to some Rush, and there was a local station. He went down there. They gave him a little show, and the rest is history. Look, Sean, I ain't mad at you, bro. You got bills to pay. Hey, you make, what, 50? Man, Sean getting paid. Sean getting a bag. I ain't mad at him for that, because all he would say to me, Platinum, if not me, somebody else. I say, I ain't mad at you, bro. Do your thing. I know what they paying you to do. I ain't mad at you. But come on, bro. Let me talk about you done changed your religion. Are you nuts? Why are you doing all of that for this man, bro? That's not necessary, man. You support Trump. You voted for him. You propagandize for him. You ain't got to lose your faith, man. What are we doing, man? What is it me, man? Maybe did I fall down? What happened? How did I miss this? How did I miss it? He said, I agree with you about Fox News. They are living their own planet. They are. They've lost it, man. And now they're taking I guess they feel like they got to take the Pope down a peg, and when you start talking about people who are cult leaders, that's one thing about a cult leader. They have to eliminate all people who could potentially replace them. They have to. When you start talking about a cult leader, the first thing a cult leader is going to do is go after people who possess the ability to, A, wake up his cult, but also could cause his cult to maybe have doubts. And that's how you know when somebody's a cult, man. When you see these people, man, and they going after other people, you say, well, what do you, is this a church or a cult? Because why do you care what the other pastor? I'm here, right? I'm here. Okay. What's your sermon? We're over at Mount Olive. Wait, well, who cares what they're doing in Mount Olive? Oh, you trying to get a cult popping off. Yeah, let me tell you something. One of the key ways to know you're dealing with a cult is, A, the person is stupid, probably got a criminal history. They're full of lies. They don't even, half of the shit they say makes no sense. And they depend on you to blindly follow them. And they have an aversion to anyone like them who may not necessarily be like them, but may hold some type of power. They don't like that because they look at you as a minion. You're supposed to follow them. How dare you worship the Pope? How dare you be a Catholic? I'm all that you need. I am all that you will ever need. Kiss the ring. And Trump posted another photo. It's blasphemous. He posted another photo of him being hugged. Once again, just more disrespect. More disrespect. More disrespect. And the Strait of Hormuz is still closed. And remember, it used to be open. And gas used to be $4, a little bit at $3.79. I think it hovered around $3.49, $3.79. I think it was Joe Biden, right? Uh-oh. Take a drink. I think that was Joe Biden's, while Joe Biden was president, gas was $3.49, $3.79. Trump's president, Gas is $7, $7.16. And Trump don't care. He's got you clowns worshiping him now. Now now he's your God. You know what that reminds me of? You ever seen that movie Oblivion? And Tom Cruise and Morgan Freeman, and then they go into the whatever this thing is. They trick this thing and they get up there, and Tom Cruise and Morgan Freeman are up there, and the thing tells him, they tell Tom Cruise, well, when I came here, you could stop worshiping what you used to because I'm your new God. Yeah, whatever that thing was, it just told them that. And then they blow it up, and it can't get to them. It sends its protectors, but they can't. And then they bam, and they blow that whole thing up, and they free America. I mean, free the world. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You guys, that's what I mean. It's cult. That's what I think of a cult leader, though. It ain't so much. It ain't the movie, but an analogy in that movie is that's a cult leader. Because they basically want you to worship them. Because they say stupid shit all the time, but you're supposed to look the other way. And you're also supposed to blindly defend them. That's another thing. Blindly defend them. When they get caught, we've seen this with the churches. When pastors who have brainwashed their congregation, when they get caught with women, what does those church members do? Church members defend them. When they get caught going against the word, what the church members do? I'm talking about those hardened who worshiping them. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You feeling me? Sean Hannity has come out publicly and said he would take Trump over the Pope. It's amazing. He said he was raised Catholic. He was raised Catholic. And you would think that a person's would care. You would think a person would be more concerned with their their life, their future, the future of their family. Trump? You going to Trump heaven? So you going to Trump heaven. So what's that? What's Trump heaven? What's Trump heaven? What, the Appalachian Mountains? That's where it's at. What? The Appalachian Mountains. Okay. It probably is up there. It probably is up there in the Appalachian Mountains. Yeah, I'm good, man. I'm all right. I don't go up there now. I don't want to go up there in the afterlife. Like the stream, man. We got Donald Trump over the Pope. Over the Pope now, Donald Trump. And the Strait of Hormuz is still wide open. I mean, it's still closed. It's still closed. And we're going to wait till he does it. There's evidence that he plans on having a ground invasion. That he plans on doing that. And they said Iran has come out and said they don't know why he keeps having these press conferences and he lies and say the strait's open and they're going to give me all the nuclear dust. They said we haven't agreed to any of that. So what is this guy talking about? The strait's still closed. In fact, now you got to pay to go through. And Iran said they don't care. You can blockade it out in the international, which is illegal. But you can blockade it out in international waters. Once they pay the fee, they can go through. If you shoot them down, that's between you and them. Yeah, you said that. Ron said we're getting the money though. And it's like Trump woke up and said, damn, I should have thought of that. I should have went to them and said, hey, why don't we start charging all these people? Now, Ron said, we'll do it. He said, I delivered steak to the king of Iran. They gave him a brownstone on a hard place and enough money to feed his dog state ever. I have no idea what that means, man. What? This dude, he must be trolling, bro. Yeah, that's crazy right there. That man said he gave who the king of Iran? They have a king over there? Yeah, we don't know how this thing is going to end, man. It doesn't look good. And now we got attacks on the Pope and people are having to choose sides. And I don't know what's going to happen, man. I don't know where's the future. I don't know what we have to look forward to because people are having to choose side. What side of the fence are you on? I mean, if you ask me, will you choose the Pope over Obama? I would say the Pope. I'm not Catholic. I'm not close to being Catholic. I would choose the Pope. What are you talking about? The Pope? What fuck Obama? He's a president. What about him? He's a former president. Why should I choose Obama? I choose the Pope. Joe Biden, the Pope. Kamala Harris, the Pope. Donald Trump, the Pope. This is ridiculous. I cannot believe what's going on with our country now. I can't believe it. I cannot believe these people. We've lost our mind. And a lot of you dudes, y'all going to hell, bro. Y'all going to hell saying all that stuff about the Pope, man. I wouldn't even play with that, bro. Even if you're just trying to troll, you playing with fire, bro. You playing with fire. I wouldn't do that. Now you can say F Trump. Yeah, okay. But you don't say that about the Pope, man. Come on, man. So now he's not a religious figure now? Now he's not a sacred figure? What is he? Oh, he's a liberal. Okay, I got you. He's a liberal. Didn't they have him in they had him in The Godfather, wouldn't it? Didn't The Godfather like Godfather 3? Yeah, I saw the first two Godfathers. I think I saw a little bit of 3, but I had to see it again. I didn't pay a lot of attention to it. And it was something about the Pope in there. In The Godfather 3, it was something about, yeah, he was in there some part, like the end of it. He said 3 was terrible. Okay. That's why. All right. Okay. Yeah, because wasn't that really for me, right? That was really my first introduction to the Pope. Like I knew he was a religious figure, but then I'm looking at the Godfather and they in there throwing the man off a balcony. I'm like, what's going on here? I'm like, what the Pope got to do with the Godfather in the streets and what he got to do is with, I guess the person who wrote that movie, I guess they wanted to add a little extra to it, man. I don't, you know, he said they took down a cardinal. That was a cardinal. That wasn't the Pope. Okay, yeah, I had to see it again, man. The Pope needs to take care of those priests that harm kids before he comes out. Oh, okay. Well, I agree with you on that, Mary. Do you know that they said that? Well, I don't even want to get into that because that's a rabbit hole. But they were saying that those guys were being pushed to get into priesthood. They were pushing those guys to get into priesthood because then they could prey on children. So they say it was breaking down all of that stuff because it was like a whole bunch of those guys connected in some type of web or something. A couple of altar boys came out and said that things had happened. That's terrible, man. Because when I think about when I was a kid, I used to go to church, but I went to a Church of God in Christ. Went to a church as a kid. Been in the church by myself as a kid. with, a couple of people. It's not even church. They're getting ready. And I just walked in there. Nobody ever, when you think about that, that's insane. I don't even know. I can't even imagine something like that. No, they were good. They were good people to me, man. They were church people. You go to church, man. You worship the Lord, and sometimes they say, "Okay, everybody, let's go outside." And we go outside, and we have food out there. We eat, we fellowship, and then that Sunday you come back, and you go a little early. Services start at 10. You go about 9:30. And you go in, you say hello to the sisters and the brothers in there. Everybody fellowshipping, and then you sit down and you start services, man. And about 2 hours later, you get up, you go home, and maybe they'll say in an hour, we got a funeral for sister so-and-so. It might have been a chick in there. And that's what I'm saying. It might have been a woman in there when you was a kid the whole time. The whole entire time you was in there. You looked at that one. I did. When I'm talking about I was young. I used to look at those older people. You see them people, man. And I used to wonder about my own life. Would I wind up, old, wrinkly in the front of a church? I didn't know them people like what their lives were like. I just saw them. And then those people would pass away, and then they would say, after services, or they'll say during service, we having so-and-so service at 3:00. If you want to pay respect, you can pay respect. Yeah, man. I think I went to my first funeral in the church. I went to my first funeral, and I saw the family cry, and I was too little to look in the casket, but I saw the casket and it was raised. I don't know what was in it. And I just sat there and I watched it. It was a terrible, terrible experience, man. And then when you think about that and you say the Catholic priest and the priesthood and altar boys and the things that, man, I can't even, let me tell you something, man. I can't even imagine that, man. I mean, for me, church was so welcome, man. They welcomed me with open arms. I mean, they loved their membership. I mean, it was wonderful, man. I'm just thinking about it. Absolutely wonderful. It was quiet. It was clean. Everybody wanted to help. They couldn't wait to see you again. They were sad when you left. It was just a great experience. And then you look at the Catholics and they talk about altar boys. Good Lord. That's so terrible to even think about the pedo priest. And they were being angled to go into that. Wow. Wow. He said his first funeral was frightening. His great grandmama, he was 10. Yeah, it's scary, man. It reminds you that, we don't live forever. And it's sad too, man. It's sad. You know what? I'm gonna tell you what's really something, right? When you see an enemy, he said Eddie Long. Leon says Eddie Long did it as a Baptist in Atlanta. You know what? He was offering them dudes. You're right. But that what okay. Look. There you go. Now, not trying to excuse what Eddie did, but wasn't Eddie paying them? And wasn't that sort of like going on them trips because they wanted to go? But then again, Eddie, rest in peace or whatever, he's gone. Whatever he was doing, he was wrong, though, brother. Let me just say that. That man was wrong. You don't do that. Yeah, but if you ever see an enemy, let me tell you something. I'm serious. You're going to see them. They're going to be quiet. And you're going to look at them and you're going to say, I can't believe I had so much animosity toward this individual, even if they've done some things, right? You're going to look at him and say, this is nothing but this is a clown. Look at this stupid clown. Now he's dead. And I can't believe I paid him so much attention while he was alive, wasting my time. No, I've done it. I looked at the guy It was sick. And I said, I wasted my time even bringing that man's. Why they even waste my time with this idiot? Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. It wasn't about I enjoyed it. No. He's just a waste of time. Now we got Sean Hannity, right? Who's the leader of MAGA, right? We got the leader of MAGA, Sean Hannity. He says he chooses the Pope. He says he chooses Trump. My fault. He says, I choose Trump over the Pope. Give me Donald Trump. I'll take Donald Trump over the Pope. Like the stream, man. If you can, reach down there and hit the like. Share the stream, man. Support the platform. We trying to figure this thing out, man. The strait is still closed. It was open before we went to war. The nuclear weapons don't exist. Before we went, they didn't exist. Why are we there? To argue with Iranians? Because they complain that we're bombing their country? Gas is through the roof. They've been taking notes too on all of these people who have been jumping on these stocks, and when they say the strait's open, the price goes up. It keeps flowing. People are making a lot of money. And we'll see how that plays out, though, huh? We'll see if they allow that to continue. And Trump posted another picture. And there was a guy in here, some MAGA guy. He came here and said, that's not Jesus. That's like, he called it somebody. That's Leon. No, he said that's Barry from Shreveport that's holding on to Trump. You believe that? You believe that? It looks like that's a portrait of Jesus, and it looks like more disrespect from Trump. That's what it looks like to me. Why is he disrespecting religions like that? Why is he doing that? Why is he disrespecting people's religions? And Hannity, now he got you to crumble, bro. You said you take Trump over the Pope? And you're fair and balanced? Something else, Eddie, man. But that explains a lot. You guys, the Fox News people, they worship Trump. Okay. You worship this man. You love this man. When you think about it, it's crazy, man. She says, what he said? She said, they will all fail, nothing over God. Yeah. Hey, and Sandy, why do they want us to participate in this foolishness? If they want to lose their religion and worship a man, you do it. Why do you want me to do it? That's some go back to slavery type stuff. They used to do that to slaves. They used to make the slave worship the master. I don't want to worship him. That's crazy, bro. We're at a point now in America where we got to worship our leaders now. Ain't that something? So we got to worship the ground our leaders walk on. And if we don't, we wrong. And if we don't, we wrong. Ain't that something? Like the stream, man. Support the platform. Strait is still closed. And the only person who pays attention to Trump's propaganda is MAGA, because they've pretty much given up. They just said the man's not going to tell the truth. He's not informing America. He keeps saying that he's informing the public. He's not. He just goes in there, tells a whole pack of lies, and the people there just believe him. They blindly support him. They blindly follow him. They don't even question him. They don't want to know. They don't want to know. They want to believe anything he says is the truth. And now he's got Sean Hannity walking away from his faith and following him. And I promise you, man, you're going to see more of this. You're going to see more MAGA become, it's already a cult. It's going to be a worship. They're going to worship this man. And it's sad to see grown men, like you call yourself a man and you worship another man. That shit's, that's wild, man. That tells me also you don't understand the church. You're not supposed to worship the messenger. You're not supposed to, but a lot of you want to. You want to, man. You want to look up. I don't want to look. Let me tell you something. I ain't mad at Trump. Trump, president. He's president. He lives the life of a rich man. But I don't need to live through him to live my life. I'm going to live my life. And I don't look up to these guys. That's what I'm saying. A lot of these guys, they're not going to tell us the truth. A lot of these guys stuck on them opes. A lot of these MAGA dudes, they cooked up off them opioids. They ain't got no money like that. They got no real play with the females. They mad. They been mad. And they look at Trump, man, and he's something for them to believe in, man. They say, man, I'm gonna look at Trump, man. He's a guy like me, but he got money. He's living the life I wish I can live. So they look at him. They're attached to Trump. They attach themselves to Trump, bro. Yeah, and now they're worshiping the man. Now they literally worship the ground this man walks on. And Fox News chooses him. And I can't wait. I'm gonna be trying to keep. I wonder if Harris Faulkner is gonna tell the world she now is a Trumpian. She's 100% worship. I like to see that. I like to see her go to services. And what are they gonna do with the church? So they're gonna have to get rid of the crucifixion. What are they gonna do? They're gonna put a picture of Trump and Epstein when they was at that party. They're gonna worship that. Is that the music now? Rhythm is a dancer. That's what they was dancing off. Rhythm is a dancer. That's my joint though. That's my genre. Rhythm is a dancer. Dun, 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 dun. You can feel it anywhere. That's crazy, man. Can you believe that, man? We live in a country now where you got to worship the president. You got to kiss his ring and worship this man. You can't have your own faith. You can't be a Church of God in Christ. You can't be a Catholic. You can't be a Jehovah's Witness. You can't be, you got to be a Trumpian or whatever that is. And all the mistakes he makes, remember, that's the news. That's the fake news. When he says something stupid, remember, it's the fake news that's doing that. Somebody said the fake news put that on his account. They said, how did he put that on his account? They said, how did he put a picture of him as Jesus on it ain't just his account. Trump owns Truth Social. He owns the actual platform. There's a picture of him. He's being depicted as Jesus on his platform, and people are saying that was the fake news. That's ridiculous, man. That's what I mean by cult. See, you got to understand these people, they're cult. That's just like no different than Jim Jones. You couldn't tell. You could have told them people 2 weeks that if you go to that island with Jim, you'll never come. They wouldn't believe you. Jim ain't doing nothing but make us happy. We had this is the best life we've ever enjoyed. And they drank the Kool-Aid, man. And they drunk the Kool-Aid, brother. And that's how it goes, man. They said, when did white Catholics become priest of God? Is there a scripture? Oh, I don't know about all that, man. You're going down, that's a little bit way, way ahead of where I'm at with this stuff, man. But we don't need to worship our leaders, man. These people are just regular people. Look, support your elected officials, support Trump. You voted for Trump, support Trump, but stop being so upset when people disagree with you. It's a democracy, man. It's a free country, free speech. A person has a right to disagree with their elected officials. Stop taking that stuff off, getting in your feelings and stuff. And then talking about I'm supposed to worship the man. Why would I worship the man? He's just a man. Why would I worship him? If I don't worship him, I got to show you some type of blood of sacrifice. I got to prove my loyalty to what? To what, Brad? That's okay. That's you. I'm gonna let you do that. I'm gonna let you make that sacrifice. I'm gonna let you do that. Trump over the Pope. Trump over the Pope. Which way are you gonna go with this stuff, man? Look. Do me a favor, man. If you choose Trump, no, you know what? Because you guys would be scared to do that. If you choose the Pope over Trump, put a one in the chat. If you choose the Pope over Trump, put a one in the chat. Put a one in the chat. I don't want nobody to lose their religion, so I'm not going to ask you the other way. There you go. There you go. Okay. Okay, so you got atheists out here, but still you're trying to the thing about the faith, you're trying to force someone to be a certain kind of way. And that's dangerous, man. That's dangerous for all of us. That's dangerous, man. These are just leaders, just like Obama. If you were someone, I don't know, I didn't see anybody do that. On top of that, Obama, with the things he was doing, it would be pretty hard for people of faith to lose their faith and slide up with Obama. Obama was a liberal, bro. People keep talking about Obama was a black. Obama was a liberal. Go and look up what a liberal is. They said, well, he's black, so he owes black people. So where do you see that at? Where do you see that? Obama was a liberal. If you don't want to be a liberal, run on a different party, but don't run under the Democratic Party banner, and then you're not a liberal. Obama was a liberal. Jasmine Crockett is a liberal. That's a liberal. She's a liberal. They was talking about the immigration. She has the same position as the Democratic Party. She's a Democrat. Obama was a Democrat. She's not going to oppose immigration because she's a black woman. I don't even, you know what, man? All of this stuff, this Trump stuff, it's just taking politics to a completely different level. It's so much absolute ridiculous. You got people thinking that if a person is black, they can go and govern because they black. We'll never get elected. Who's going to elect them? Who in their right mind is going to elect somebody? I'm finna go vote for me, and I'm gonna be there as a black man, and I'm gonna vote for black things. And they're not gonna elect you. You have no chance of being elected, and you don't understand politics because what they're gonna do. Because I've been trying to tell these idiots what they're gonna do is then turn on you. If I get elected to a position, say I'm a mayor. And I'm running around, I'm black. I'm going to be the first black mayor. I'm a black mayor. I'm taking care of black people, black people, black people. The rest of the people, the other people, the state senators, the city council, guess what they're going to do? They're going to deny me funds. They're going to stop me. That's the country we live in. That's why I said, do Negroes even, I don't even think they know that. When they talk, they just be running off at the mouth. I said, man, you couldn't do that. They're going to deny you. They just say, that's all it takes. If you did that, that's all it takes. They can't. We share this country, man. We're not this is not a separate country within a country. That's the only way you could do that. You have to go get your, what they said, go to Liberia. Well, then go to Liberia. And maybe you can do that in Liberia, but you can't do that in America. I know you can't. And we don't even have the numbers to do it anyhow. It's stupid to suggest it. Because we don't have the numbers. We had a guy a couple of years ago. Woo, he was a guy, he was trying this stuff, man. All the people in the Capitol turned on him. They stopped sending him funds. They came out public and said, well, we'll send you the funds as soon as you get rid of him. The city council voted him out of office because they needed the funds for roads and all of that. They said, we're not going to allow him to behave like that. And then we're sitting up here, we're voting on legislation to help that district, and he up here talking like that. They had to vote him out. And that's what I'm saying. You learn about politics, and you say, well, and then you come on YouTube, and I don't know what this is on YouTube. I mean, these guys on YouTube, half of them criminals. Half of them can't vote. They'll tell you they didn't, they can't. They're prohibited from voting. But they gassed up a lot of these idiots with politics, and they know these people don't know. And to me, that's a form of taking advantage of the voter. One thing to say, hey, count the jelly beans, and they can't get it, you don't let them vote. It's another thing to feed them just lies. Feed them lies. There's some kind of way you can run for office, and I'm a black man. What's that supposed to mean? Yeah, we mess with, and then we got to deal with Trump, and now Trump is the Pope. So now we got a new Pope, Trump. Ain't that something, man? And that's where we're at right now. The Iranian Republican Guard has closed the Strait of Hormuz. You got to pay to get through there. Chinese are able to get through there. We hope they don't accidentally shoot down a Chinese ship. That would be terrible. I don't even know what to say. We're already over there too long. We really be over there. And they say Trump has real plans of unleashing a ground war. Trump says that we're going to take them by land. We're going to send them in, and we're going to lose a lot of them. You know what? And I want to. You know what? I'm going to be right there when Trump tells the world, yeah, we're going to lose a lot of American soldiers, but we got to get the nuclear. We got to get the nuclear dust. Man, you know what? And that's what he's going to say. That's what he's going to tell you, that we got to get the nuclear dust. And Iran is going to have a nuclear weapon. And they just make up a fake premise, and then they become terrorists on those people. They terrorize those people under a fake premise where they're trying to do something where now Strait of Hormuz is closed, where it was open before you got there. And then you have the nerve to say you're doing it under the name of a religion or a faith, and you're doing the acts you're doing to people. Well, he needs it. He says, God bless President Donald J. Trump, and he needs it. I agree with you on that. Pray for our president. Sit back, man, and pray for this president, man. Pray that he'll find direction. Pray that he will understand that he's over America, not just over MAGA. He's over the United States. Let's pray for him. Like the stream, man. We got Sean Hannity, Fox News host, who says that, hey, I'll take Trump. I don't support the Pope. I support Trump. Can you believe that, man? This is we go from one absurd thing to the next. We have a sitting American president who's fighting with the Pope. And then we have to go back to it. What if Obama? Can you imagine Obama? Can somebody please imagine Obama fighting with the Pope? Obama posting pictures of himself as Jesus? Can you imagine that? Can you imagine someone on MSNBC? What's her name? Oh, she don't work there no more. What's her name? The black chick. Joy Reid, is it Joy? Can you imagine Joy Reid saying she doesn't worship Jesus, she worships Trump, Obama now? Can you imagine that? She's on air, being paid to deliver the information, the news on air, and she publicly comes out and says, I no longer follow Jesus Christ. I follow Barack Obama. And you should do the same. Yet you got that going on right now with Fox News. With Trump, that's going on right now. That's going on right now. And you got all these people want us to join the party. They want us to forget about our religion and just worship Trump. Yeah. Here we go. We got another Joe Biden. Take a drink. We got another Joe Biden reference. He said Obama funded ISIS and Biden funded an organization with U.S. tax dollars. We got another Biden reference. Y'all don't know. Joe Biden, man. Whoever you are, Joe, You left a lasting impression on MAGA, man. Maybe because you beat them. Yeah, they went down there and they clowned on Jan 6 and acted a fool, but that was because of you. I didn't know that they was harboring so much resentment towards you. I didn't know that. I didn't know. I see that now. They hated that you defeated Trump, man, because you showed a crack in the armor. He said Jesus and Trump. I don't know what you mean. I'm just saying, can you imagine an MSNBC when it was MSNBC? Or how about CNN? Can you imagine a host on CNN saying that they worship Obama? You have a Fox News host who's come out and says he would choose Trump over the Pope. Just think about that for a moment, man. You know how dangerous that is? We depend on our news to give us the information. A lot of us have to do a lot of work. We don't have time for that, man. We got maybe 15, 20 minutes to try to get a rundown what's going on in the world. You don't need nobody feeding you propaganda so that you think that we're winning when we're not winning. So you think we're winning a war, we're not winning. That strait's closed. Trump said it yesterday, it was wide open. It's closed. Trump said some nonsense about nuclear dust. What the hell? What is that? And Iran has said he's not getting it. Iran has already said he's not getting nothing from us. They saying they don't care what he tells you. Trump ain't getting nothing from us. Like the stream, brother. Support the platform. Insults. There you go again. Look at more insults. More insults. And this guy, he believes the madness of when they put pictures up. This guy he's 100% in the chat complaining, saying that that's not a picture of Jesus. Well, what is it, brother? And how do you know? He says the Pope. It's Pope Barry. It's Pope. It's Pope Willie from the 16th century. How would you know? Were you alive? How would you know to tell the difference? That's what I'm saying. That's a picture of Jesus, and that's a picture of Jesus. I don't know what he's doing with Trump. I thought Trump was against. I thought Trump was against. I thought Trump was against that LG. Well, I don't know what he's doing with Trump. He's got his hand on his chest, and that's a no. So that's a no for men. Men don't really. Yeah, you don't caress a man's chest. That's blasphemous. And they can play around and flirt with the line. It's blasphemous. It's blasphemous. That's disrespectful. Yeah, you see that, Roy? See, and they see it too. This is MAGA. Roy, that's how MAGA thinks. They just make stuff up. Said Jesus was a black man. Was he? Was Jesus black? Because I didn't know that. Fox News chooses Trump over the Pope. This is a man who gives America, or MAGA, their war updates and their nightly news. And this man is 100% brown-nosed deep for Donald Trump. That's ridiculous, brother. Everything he says, that's what I'm saying. The propaganda, man, propaganda is offensive. When people feed you propaganda, that's offensive, man. You want to know the truth, you'll figure it out. Okay, what's going on? Okay, then you can put it together. You don't need propaganda. I saw some guy on Fox News. He said Donald Trump was brilliant, and here it is: the Strait of Hormuz is still closed. Yeah, if you go by what Trump says, I agree, but that ain't what's happening. If you go by what he says at a press conference, you say Iran has caved. They're giving him all the uranium. They're opening up the strait. Yeah, but that's not what's happening. So that's what I mean. Like, none of that's happening. But then you turn around and you praise this man. This is ridiculous. And then you bring up Joe Biden. I saw a guy, he was doing a thing talking about Joe Biden, gas under Joe Biden. Well, you know what? We're not under Joe Biden. And guess what? I had to buy gas under Joe Biden. I'm under Donald Trump, and my gas is $7.19. $7.19. That's hurting everybody. That's hurting everybody across the board. That's less money to feed your family. That's less money to do things like energize the economy. You can't go buy stuff. It's fewer dollars. And this was preventable. This was a preventable situation. This didn't have to happen. There's no reason you should be paying more at the pump. None. And you have to remember, every time you put that nozzle into your tank and you watch it go into your car, remember, this didn't have to happen. I want you to remember that. Just remember, as you go up $65, $75, $95, it doesn't have to be that way. It can go back to the 55 and you had a full tank of gas, and that lasted you a whole week. That was 55. Now you're at 95 and half of your tank's not even full. And you got to do this. And the guy on a guy who supports Trump said, you should be happy. He said, I should be happy. You should be happy paying the extra money because we're keeping nukes out of Iran. Well, first of all, we couldn't do that if we wanted to. And B, why should I be happy about it? Why should I be happy about it? It's $9 in California. $9 a gallon. $9 a gallon if you live in California. And then what if you want to enjoy your life? You can't afford it. Prices up all over the place. Groceries are ridiculous. I saw a roast going for $35. And hold on, let me tell you, it was a whole bunch of them. So I don't know what they're going to do with that. I don't know what they do in convenience stores. But what I'm saying, what that told me is that people can't afford them. They had a whole bunch of them. They had a whole bunch, 35, 32, 31, 38, 35, 28, 35. All of them up there. And they weren't selling any. So, I mean, I don't know if they dispose of it or what. What I'm saying is the prices are getting up so high that the retailers can't get customers. So what the retailer going to do? Those stores go out of business. So while you're sitting around here talking about Trump and worshiping Trump, and talking about you should be happy to pay $7 gas, that store is going to go out of business. That's jobs. That's your community. And now you got to go further because of Trump. That's more miles on your car because of Trump. And some asshole telling you should be happy that they went into Iran to pay more money. I'm not. I'm not. I'm not. And Sean Hannity, you can worship whomever you like, brother. That is your position. If you want to worship Trump, go right ahead. But first of all, I thought you was doing it already. The way you cover him, I think you've been worshiping him. You've been holding him up to some high position. And then you get upset, like Fox News, they get upset if you don't buy what they're selling. It's like, why would I buy that? Why would I do that? Yeah, Della, we got to stop this. It's time for bring them home. Bring them home. Here you go again. Roy, here you go again for your. He said, you blame Trump for your. How are they mine? I'm not a Democrat, Roy. You are. You are. And Roy, Roy, you think chopping America up by Democrat, Republican, that ain't the way, man. We're the people. The politician serves us. When they give you that line of yap about that's a Republican thing, that's a Democrat thing, you're a fool to buy into that. What do they got to do with anything? Look, if you need help, you need help, whether you're a Republican or a Democrat, whether you announce it or not. Oakland. Somebody said, my fault, my fault, California. They said up there around Oakland, San Francisco, etc. Around about $7 a gallon. Here we go again. He said, you don't know your own state. Yes, I do, clown. But clown, I look at them as politicians, clown. I don't cut them up like that. You cut them up, whether you want to chop it up. That's a Democrat. That's a Republican. Politician. I can't control who wins. I can vote, but I can't control who becomes the person in charge. They got to serve me too. You don't even understand that, do you? That's why you worship Trump. You don't look at Trump as a servant. You're his slave. That's why you're in here campaigning for. That's why you're in here lying for him. You're ready to worship him. You're ready to give your all for him. You don't care. Like the stream, brother. You got to understand, brother. They don't want this information coming out. We're just telling the truth. And Sean Hannity, man, but you people surprise you, man. I never thought I'd hear him do that. And you know what? A lot are gonna follow. A lot of guys are gonna follow. And I'm gonna look at them, grown men. I expect, man. I wouldn't be surprised if Bill Maher did it. I haven't seen Bill Maher in years. I wouldn't be surprised if Bill Maher came out publicly and say, "I now worship Donald Trump." I wouldn't even be surprised if he did it. It's almost like they trying to get Trump's approval. That's like a kid would do for his father. His father shows up at the baseball game and the kid gets all happy, he gets all hyper, and he goes out and he strikes out because he's not focused. But that's because his dad's there and he wants to impress his dad. That's how these people, Sean Hannity, that's how these people look at Trump. They'll give their firstborn, they'll give anything to just for him to approve of them. Just for his approval. This is a breaking. This is a breaking. This is breaking, losing your spirit. Losing his faith, his religion, bro. He says, believing that you are Jesus is an actual mental disorder. That alone is grounds for impeachment. Yeah, that's where we're at right now, man. It's sad for us all too, man. It's not just I hope these people snap out of it, man. I just hope they snap. I don't know what's happened. I hope they snap out of it and realize, how things are. He says Trump has done more than Obama and Biden in 12. He's done more as far as what, good things or bad things? You mean signing those useless executive orders? And that's what I mean. You talk to these people and they claim they know politics. Those things mean nothing. That's got to get funded. Congress not going to fund that stuff. What's that? Make English the official language. Okay, he signed the thing and you believed him. So that's what I mean by being stupid. He took out a executive order. He fed red meat to his base, and you idiots think that meant something. That don't mean anything. He fired Pam Bondi. She missed her subpoena date. Why? Why is he so concerned about hiding the Epstein files? Why? Yeah, you up here talking like a fool, man. God, what's going on, man? What's going on? I mean, what is going on? What is going on, bro? This man fired Pam Bondi, and she was supposed to come in under subpoena. She didn't show up. They haven't released the Epstein files. You got Sean Hannity saying he worshiped Trump, and now you got all these Trump followers who are making up lies and attacking you. Isn't that something, man? Just attack you. What are you attacking me for, brother? I'm not a politician. This man done bought up Joe Biden and Barack Obama. Barack Obama hasn't been president since when? Since what, 2015? And you want to talk about Trump derangement syndrome? You mean Obama derangement syndrome, which Trump has. Trump has Obama derangement syndrome. He put that man's wife on apes. He put their heads on apes. He he got the woman somehow she gonna arrest the man. They've already went over that. He's threatening Obama. That man still bringing up Obama. He wanted a Nobel Peace Prize. He was standing up there talking about he should get a peace prize because Obama got one. You want to talk about derangement syndrome, brother? That is some serious derangement syndrome. Well, I don't know about 26 years, but it's been a minute. War God says God doesn't use people that put wealth and power first. Yeah. And they don't understand that. They've been brainwashed. They've been watching, we said over here, they've been playing Call of Duty, the video game. They're so addicted to video games that they think that being a quote unquote phony tough guy is how you run things. That ain't how you run nothing. So they attack Pope. The Pope's the Pope. He's a religious leader. He's not supposed to be a fake tough guy. Can you believe that? He's not supposed to be a fake tough guy. They want him to be a fake tough guy. They want him to be a video game character. You go to the 5th level of the game, and now you got to defeat the Pope. Every time I see those little ads for those video games where, they be shooting, and then you come over here, and then they'll give you more men, or you got to shoot the number go up, and then you keep shooting at it. It's a Godzilla, it's a tank, and then you got all these big monsters. I think about a lot of these, when I look at the Trump thing, I think a lot of these MAGA people. Because I'd be like, who is stupid enough to want to waste their time playing video? Yep, I said, I forgot a lot of these Trump guys. A lot of these Trumpers. I forgot. That's what they make those video games for. Make them feel like they're men. Make them feel like they're tough guys. You're a tough guy, man. Hey, man, I am on Call of Duty, man. I've been on Call of Duty for 5 years. I was up all night playing Fortnite. Ain't that crazy, man? Yeah, I get on Xbox, man, and I talk. I communicate with the other people, man. I vote for Trump, man. You say, hey, man, that's propaganda. Nah, man, Trump's kicking ass, man. You say, well, he's just lying. Yeah, man, the fake news. He's giving it to the fake news, man. Yeah, but he's lying. No, he's kicking ass, man. Trump, man. Okay. Yeah, that's why you're wasting your time, man. I know. You're just wasting your time. And now he's got them worshiping him, man. Wow. Now they're worshiping this man now. Now they're worshiping this man. He got shunned. he got you. You know what, Sean? You deserve it too. You've been down there propagandizing all this. You deserve to get brainwashed. You've been flirting with that stuff too much, man. They got you, brother. This time you walked out of the church, your eyes just circles. You stayed too long, man. They got your ass. You played around with that stuff. They got you. Brainwashed. Yeah, and that's what you have to sit around here and deal with, man. This is the country we live in now. Ain't that something, man? And just bring the troops home, man. My prayers go out to the troops. Bring the troops home, man. I'm going to pray for my president, too. The guys keep saying that ain't mine. That's my president. I'm going to pray for Trump. We don't need to do this. And the gas prices, man. We got to get this gas down, man. Gas is too high out here. People paying $7. That's more than some people making. If you're a waitress, you don't make $7 an hour. Waitress pay is not, I think it's like $3. You do not make $7 an hour. You don't make that much money. Yeah, they said Biden again. Hold on, take another drink. There was another Biden. Since we've been going, we've had 5 Biden. I have no idea why they keep bringing up Joe Biden, but 5 Joe Biden references. Joe Biden. Jim Crow Joe. Jim Crow Joe. Obama's vice president. Yeah, Joe Biden was real racist, man. He was Obama's vice president for 8 years around Michelle and the kids. We know how he felt about Michelle and the kids, man. Yeah, they really be trying to sell you a lie with Joe Biden, too. And then when it comes to Trump, you say, well, Trump does have some. He was putting people out his bill. Oh, no, that's fake news, man. That's fake news, man. You ain't black if you don't vote for Joe Biden. Well, you know what? Roy, he sort of had a point, though, Roy. You don't want to deal with that. See, that's what I'm saying. And I don't even know if he said it that way. What he was saying is that a person who wouldn't vote for him ain't a black person. Now, Roy, I listen to a lot of black conservatives, Roy. They say they're not. Roy, I listen to a lot of black conservatives. They openly say they are not black. They say they're just American. That's what they say. I just heard a conversation with a guy. He said he's an American. I said, no, man, you from Nigeria. He said, no, I'm American. American only. He's a black conservative. And I said, how come the black conservatives get mad when someone like a Joe Biden said, well, if you don't vote for me, you ain't black? That's what I agree with them. That's what they say. They say, don't call me, I'm American. Don't call me black. I'm not a black American. I am a black man. I am an American man. And have you ever told the black conservatives that they're racist when they do that, Roy? You haven't, have you? Yeah, I know you haven't. Bro, y'all really try to pin stuff on Joe Biden, man. That's why I ain't never seen that, bro. I've never seen that, bro. That's just the social media world. The white man picks what white man not to like. And he pins racism on the white. Yeah, it's like, what? Say, man, I'm against racism, period. No. Joe Biden. You're talking about the vice president to Barack Obama. Yeah, I know he was vice president, but Joe Biden's the racist. Joe Biden? Yes. Well, what about Trump? No. Trump hung out with Jesse Jackson, man. They used to room together. They had a 1 bedroom. They had a 1 bedroom in Havens, New Jersey. Both of those guys. Well, Jesse was married at he had a 1 bedroom with Donald Trump. They both were married. No, man, he had just lies, man, just lies, just lies. He said Republicans feed the black people. Well, Republicans feed. They're part of the United States. They do. We do have a social safety net. So you're right about that. But see, Roy, the more you talk, Roy, the more you paint a picture. And you support Trump. You see what I'm saying? That's why they have to be careful. The more this guy's talking, the more information he gives out, the more he's starting to lean a certain way. You see that? You say, I don't know this guy. He's just a MAGA. But hey, look how you look at that feeds the blacks. What do you mean? You talking about the Americans? See, they don't even look at black people as American. They don't. They look at black people like livestock, like chickens. They don't look at, they just like a farmer would go out and feed his chickens, and then he would, put a fence up, and then he would go and do farmer stuff. He would go and hang out with the other farmers, talk about what they're gonna cook, what they're gonna grow, and all of that. He don't do that with his chickens. He doesn't discuss which seeds he's gonna plant with his chickens. He just feeds his chickens. That dude said Republicans feed blacks. You hear that? Now he said it. I didn't say that. He does. This guy in his chat, he looks as black people as chickens. Farm, just something to be on the farm. He doesn't see them as equals. He doesn't see them as potential presidents. He doesn't see that. And he's the one who's feeding me that Joe Biden's the racist. He's feeding that to me. One side of the fence, he's making excuses for Trump's racism. The other side, he's blaming the guy who was the vice president under Barack Obama is a racist, including dealing with his wife and his two kids. Yeah, we sure he was around Barack Obama's children. He was real racist around them. This is ridiculous, brother. This I'm just saying, this is insane. This is insane. Like the stream, man. Support the platform. I'll drop the join link, man. We'll take your thoughts. If you can conduct yourself in the appropriate manner, if you don't have a potty mouth, if you can maintain your composure, if you're on some type of medication, we don't need you. Go sit down somewhere, open up a window, and gather yourself, okay? We appreciate it, but if you're under a doctor's care and you can't control yourself, don't hit the link. If you can make cogent points, you're welcome. We got the join link put down. Like, share, support, man. He said, why should I care about the Pope? Well, you shouldn't care about, you should care about everybody, man. And also from a religious standpoint, you shouldn't defile anybody's religion. You don't have to support it, but you shouldn't disrespect it. Like the stream, man. Here we go. Oh, we got the StreamYard link, man. Woo! All that stuff hanging out in the chat box and stuff. That's for the birds, man. The Strait is still closed. We got Sean Hannity now. He'll take Trump over the Pope. If you would take Trump over the Pope, let me know, man. Help me out. Maybe I got it wrong. Maybe I'm looking at it the wrong way. If you would support Donald Trump over the Pope, let us know why. Cosmic Blackie, we're going to have to invite you to hit the link. You know, you can't make these statements like that and just put them in the chat. You got to justify that. A lot of stuff you're saying is really extreme, brother. We don't really get down like that. Yeah, you got a lot going on over there too, Cosmetic. Yeah, you got a lot on your table, bro. A lot on your plate, bro. That man talking crazy in the chat box. Like, share, support, man. What are we gonna do about this straight, man? Are we gonna get this thing closed or what? Mm. Iran tightens the control of the strait. Yep. They just shut it back down, man. They renewed the restrictions. It says Tim Walz went to Europe and ripped Trump and Vance. Says he's feeble minded and trigger happy. He was at the White House with Joe Rogan. That's when he signed that useless executive order. I don't know. You probably, if you got hold of that stuff they're talking about, eh, you got a chance of maybe you won't get prosecuted. I don't know. I don't know. Let me stop saying that. Says 1 in every 5 of Trump supporters do not approve of the war. Many of his followers and voters have buyer's remorse. That's crazy, man. That's crazy, and that's where we stand, man. Yeah, Roy, you are a walking propaganda talking points machine. That's not true, Roy. That's been proven to be false. 40,000 of their own people. That's been proven false. But the fact that you brought it up, you bring it up, lets me know that you're full of propaganda. That's all you're full of. You've been sitting back being fed lies, and now you're over here pushing them out. Now you're over here pushing that foolishness out. You've been fed lies. Uh, Mr. Blackie, you can either hit the link or join the dungeon, brother. I'm about to put you in the dungeon, Blackie. If you can't come up here and justify that stuff you're saying, we're going to have to take our leave. We're going to have to go our separate ways, brother. Now, you can hit this StreamYard link and you can come up here and express yourself. But you got to get out of the chat with the nonsense, brother. All right, we'll give you 3 minutes. And, and that's up to you, man. You don't know how to use StreamYard, so that's your fault.
Put them on notice, Plat.
What's up with you, boy? What's up with you,
man? This did tell you from the clouds, big dog. I mean, it's been a long morning, but nonetheless, man, I hear how you say he challenged Trump challenging the Pope. He out here playing like he Jesus. Hey, man, these people need something to believe in, bro. They gotta have it. And the dude that just popped up and he said what he said. I didn't see what he said, but he was like, he's spreading lies. To him, it ain't lies. It's the truth. And if he
okay, so to the guy in the chat, Roy, because he's hardcore MAGA and he believes every word. Fox, he's one of those Fox News guys. He loves Trump. He loves JD. He has a hat. He's that guy that you see at the fair. He's all draped in MAGA stuff. Explain to me how now you say he believes what's being told to him. Go ahead, help me.
Yeah, so he gotta believe it. That's why I'm telling you before, most people ain't got nothing going on, right? If none of this political things was going on, like the war or something like that, people got to deal with their own problems. And if they got to deal with their own problems, for the most part, they ain't got no real plan, they'll go crazy. So they got to focus on something else. So, and he can come onto the internet and he can say he believe it, or he can pitch it in your stream. You feel what I'm saying? He go stand on it. Because he ain't got nothing else to believe. And if he start to go the other way, then everything he been living is going to be a lie. It'll all be a lie.
Mm-hmm.
And then come crashing down all in one day, if we being honest.
Well, who would you pick, Tabor? You had to make a choice between someone who's making a decision on something. Who would you lean toward, Donald Trump, or would you lean toward the Pope?
Trump. I'm in America, bro. I'm American.
Yeah, okay. What no. So you don't think that one person is coming from a different place? Because Trump's a politician. He's not a religious figure. That's the person that you would value that opinion from a politician?
I would say, well, I mean, we not really, you talking about a decision. You didn't say religion. But I would like to say I believe Trump is more of a businessman. Because if he would have been a politician, he would have been in office somewhere else before he became president. He would have been actively been a politician. So whatever Trump said,
Pope said you don't drop bombs on people, and you don't commit genocide on people. You disagree with that? No, hold up. You ain't got what you saying. Hold up. So you support Trump. Trump disagreed with that, but you support Trump over him.
Yeah, that's my president. That's the president of the land that I reside on.
There you go.
The infrastructure that I continue to build up every day, even if it's just a small part, because all our parts add up some way, somehow. He ain't coming over here and saving nobody. You know what I'm saying? So he can be over there and talk whatever he want to talk to whoever believe in what he got going on. And I mean, we ain't got to bring up everything else that has been exposed over time. You know what I'm saying? I ain't saying what Trump is doing is right, but I mean, we all know somebody that what they doing ain't right.
Would you lose your religion? I'm just saying right now, I don't know, and you don't have to tell me. But what I'm saying is just let's go down the assumption you have a faith. Would you lead that faith and and follow Trump as if?
Nah.
Why not?
Nah. Because it's something that I turn to every day. Trump is temporary. My faith, my religion is every day. You know what I'm saying? Like the person that I talk to, I'm alone a lot. You feel what I'm saying? So I talk to myself, or I can say I talk to my God. You know what I'm saying? I have conversations nobody would ever be privy to. Trump ain't helping me when times have been hard. You understand what I'm saying? Like when
Yes,
I'm
he is.
really in a. Go ahead, my bad.
No, yes, you are. Yes, he is. The gas prices.
Hey, I don't pay for gas. So I don't pay, and I done filled up by 1,500 gallons this month.
Mm.
So that the company, and I probably about do almost 25 before the end of the month over with. You know what I'm saying? 2,500. So I don't pay for it. So, but like when you talking about religion, me personally over somebody else, that's me choosing myself over anybody. Because I come first. As long as I'm okay, things around me can get done the way I see
Hmm.
fit. Now, if I have to, come across a certain person and she trying to give me some game, I have a choice to listen. And that's different. Go ahead.
Do you think Sean Hannity is right to support Trump over the Pope?
Yeah, loyalty,
If
homie.
Joy Reid, right, would have
That
said
chick.
she chooses Obama over her faith, would you think that's appropriate for her to be doing news about Obama?
Yeah,
You would
that's
have a
she
problem with
believe.
that?
Nah, I can't.
Okay, would you see her as a fair person?
I mean it. I mean she could be fair in certain views, but I mean in certain conversations, when she talk about things, I can take stands. Like I don't have to back on everything. But if that's what she believe, bro, like what I'm saying, you just gotta let people rock. It ain't something I gotta be around, but I can let her have her opinion and respect it. That's how she rocking. That
Okay.
it's like that homeboy that won't tell you got fired or you about to get fired, and
Mhm.
and he can say something, but he don't say nothing. He rocking how he rocking. That's how I see it. If that makes sense.
He, he says you pay for it. Everything that ships across the country has a tax on it before it hits the shelves of your grocery store, department store. So he's saying because of the way oil is, it has influences across the board.
Yeah, and whoever that is, I mean, I would have to ask. I would always say come up. You know what I'm saying? Like, and really stand on what you say. But I would say this, man. Everything has been going up. Food prices been going up since I was a kid. It don't matter what's going on in the world. Things are going up anyway. And if they can justify it, they can justify it. 9 out of 10, if you around my age for sure, you already know that the people that was before us, other generations, they sold us out low key. That's why everything high. So it's been a game since back in the day. This is why I would say, team up with the right folks. You know what I'm saying? Like I told you with my baby mom who got the land out in Texas. I mean, I ain't in charge, but I get to, you know what I'm saying? I get to be a part of it. So it's like it just play my position. Pay what I need to pay, respect the game, because I can do it by myself, but it'll be harder. It's just easier when you team up with, I guess your tribe or whatever people call it, their team or their family. However you can make it through these times. I mean, do what's best for you. Don't try to get out your ego and your pride, bro. It ain't serving you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but don't you think Sean Hannity he needs to step down from Fox News?
That's Trump homeboy. He make Trump look good.
Do you feel comfortable with him doing news and he's that connected to Trump?
Absolutely. That's the game.
Uh,
Allies. He gonna make
go.
his partner look good on TV. You everybody want that partner that no matter if you around or not, he gonna talk good on you. Especially if y'all, you know what I'm saying, y'all both getting it in together. Pause. Y'all kick it with each other. I got a partner over here on this news channel, that news channel. It's like having those connections when you go out to the club. Everybody want to know the dough man. Know the manager, get in. Yeah, man. I be,
I
I
didn't
be,
know
I be
that.
with. I be. Everybody want it when you stepping out on the Friday, Saturday night. You want to know somebody at the club. I mean, you want to look like the man, low key. Trump, he make Trump look like the man. Where he at? He needed, bro. He's needed, bro. Everybody Trump got around him Like the way they've been playing their position until we find out they ain't been playing their position. Who he put in place. Because that first time he was in office, man, I would say he was blind or naive to the facts of how people really are. And when he went through that first term, it was like, you know what? Next time I come back around, they ain't got to worry about it. I'm gonna do something like what he doing right now, and people gonna rock with him. Crazy, it's crazy, man. I'll hate on him, bro. I'll hate on him. I promise you. I'm in Mississippi right now, so I'm pretty sure they got some hard MAGA fans out here, and they ain't.
Yeah.
They go talk it out. We don't care about none of that. We don't care. We poor with you. We don't care. Trump in office. We rocking with him. They done lost their jobs, about to lose their house, their car. Money got messed up.
On them,
They rocking.
hooked on them opies.
Be zooted all day with a blank face. Yeah, bro. Yeah, man. You said something, man. I just had it on my mind too. You said something the other day when we was talking, bro, and it clicked when I got off the line. We was, I guess it was Jesse, right, who just passed, and we was up here talking about him.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so I was like, oh, you said something. It made me think. I was like, maybe Trump sat around Jesse and peeped game and how he was running and was like, you know what? I got to do the opposite. But Jesse got the information he needed. I ain't saying he infiltrated or nothing, like, because he was running it. He knew Trump and they had certain conversations because you said Trump put up money. So based on what Jesse knew and what Trump had in his pocket, he put two and two together, and now he out here running around like he Jesus. man,
You cool with
man,
that?
hey, this America, bro. They've been doing what they want, and really, most people do what they want. And it's like you can do what you want as long as you stay in certain parameters.
But
Like you,
we don't need him to be. We don't need Donald Trump to be a Jesus figure, though. I don't think we need that.
I mean, we can say that, right? We as black people can say that, but some people that look like him, some white people, they don't feel like that. They rocking with him, bro.
How come they want
And
us to look at him the same way?
people always try to, what's that word?
Well,
Manipulate.
let me ask you this, boy. Do you think white people look at black people? Well, no, we're gonna change that to MAGA, not white people. Do you think MAGA looks at black people like chickens?
I think there's a conversation to be had for the overall, but I think that we also have these, like the collective of it is made up of regular people. So they be around black people every day. They that's their neighbors. They see them at their kids' schools. They're part of the PTAs. If something go down in a city or they town, they band together and they get through it. Like the North Carolina situation when the hurricane hit, wherever, all over there, and everybody was banding together because FEMA wasn't coming because they was taking the money and throwing it overseas.
Mm-hmm.
And race didn't matter, bro. It was just we don't care who your political party is. Like, we in distress right now. Our kids need to eat. We need power. We need some hot showers. We need food. And people were showing up. I know because I had to go that way. People were showing up
Mm-hmm.
for them boys, man. It didn't matter, bro. So it's just, but people political beliefs, they be standing on that, man. They stand on it like it's a religion, man. Yeah, bro. So it would make sense. They stand on their politics like it's a religion.
So you don't have a problem with them treating you like you a chicken as opposed to treating you like you're a active participating member on a farm?
Bro, it always been like you just said.
You don't have
I
no
just
problem. So you consider yourself a chicken?
It ain't about what I consider; it's about what they consider me. Like that. That's for me. When you said that, I thought about family court, and
A chicken?
yeah, because you said I'm just a chicken, or like I'm somebody that's a participant, right? Like somebody that like a farmer, right? That's the participant.
No, 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 no. A farmer farms and the chicken, they let them out, they let them in, they feed them, but the chickens have no say, no influence on
Yeah,
that farm.
yeah, I can see that, and I. So yeah, I would just to answer your question, yeah, because that's what it is. That's how we all outside. People doing what they want out here.
Joe Biden didn't treat you like a chicken.
Joe Biden told me if I didn't vote for him, I wasn't black, and I didn't even know who Joe Biden.
That was Barack Obama's vice president for 8 years.
I know, and he still came out and said something like that to me.
That was enough for
I,
you?
enough for what? To not vote
He
for him?
said if you don't vote for him, you not black. You had a problem with it like that?
Of course I did. Why would you say that?
It meant that much to you?
Absolutely. I've never heard a president come out and say, if you don't vote for me, you ain't white. Where are those conversations?
I haven't heard him say that one. Now you're right.
I haven't heard nobody ever say it. I haven't heard the equivalent to the Hispanics or the Asians. Nobody say stuff like that.
Who's the most racist to you, Trump or Biden?
Didn't Biden do that crime bill?
I think that was yeah, okay, yeah.
Yeah, so that right there, bro. Trump ain't did nothing to me, bro. But
Okay.
nothing but inspire me, and that goes back to Home Alone 2 when he seen Kevin in the hotel, and then I found out who it was because it was just like a little player scene to me because Kevin was doing his thing. I know it may sound stupid, bro, but yeah, Trump ain't did nothing bad to me, bro. He doing what every president does. They ain't worried
Hmm.
about me down here. They ain't worried about the gas prices. You know what I'm saying? Certain things he can't control because you know what's crazy? My bad. It seemed like I'm over talking. Trump, when you get in the when they get in the White House, they be like, the president ain't over gas prices, right? When the last administrations, the ones before, they was like, the president don't control that. And then now Trump in office, and they being like, it's his fault.
We did go to war though.
I mean, we've always been at war, bro. When have we never not been at war?
No, we had, well, off and on. There are periods. Actually, believe it or not, in the last 100 years, there are periods where we didn't have any conflicts.
Uh, What year? I was born in '84.
You now yes, see, I'm not. I'd have to go and break all that down, and that would take time, and I'm in the middle of doing this, but
Yeah,
you can
I
go
mean,
look it up yourself. After World War II, between World War II and Vietnam, we enjoyed peace. From from Vietnam to what, the Gulf War, that's a significant about 20 years of peace.
there was straight breaks. There was nothing small like this going on that we know about.
Nah.
That's hard to
And
believe,
this
G.
isn't even a war because
And
Congress
see,
hasn't declared it a war. But hold up, she said, Christine said the Pope isn't God either, nor does he have power over me or any Christian. That's why. So why are we worshiping Miss Christine? Go ahead, brother.
um, it's hard to believe because, like you said, this right here, what's going on, ain't even considered a war. So I guess it would be what, a battle, and it's been like
Yeah.
that with the go ahead, my bad.
No, no. She said she talking to you. Caller is an uninformed idiot,
Yeah, of course I am.
unbothered. That's what she
Because
said.
but you in the comments commenting, come on, bro.
No, she don't agree with the things you're saying.
She don't have to. I live in the real world, and she got the right to walk around with shady glasses on, feeling cute about
Mhm.
how her day been. That's her.
But she paying more in gas though because of Trump. Her
She probably
food prices have went up.
Well, depending on how her life is set up, it wouldn't even matter. I pay for food.
What do you mean? You think you talking about a man? If she had a man, he pay that.
There's that. There's
So that's
that. There's
hold
the
up. So
way she go ahead.
that's what a woman should be concerned with, not if the president is making good or bad decisions. She should be concerned with if she got a man or not.
No, she just. I mean, that's just an aspect of why she wouldn't have to worry about food prices. Like when you got somebody, like I was saying earlier, if you got somebody, your team in place, it don't matter what's going on in the world. The household is gonna be straight. We good. We don't have to complain. We don't have to
Mm-hmm.
be online listening to people that think that they think is idiots. Why waste your time if you think I'm an idiot? Or hop up on here, hit the link, hop up on here, and come say something. Come tell me how I'm an idiot. I don't see the world like you. See, I don't.
Yeah, that's how
This.
a lot.
Go
That's
ahead.
how you. A lot of times, on YouTube channels, you can tell when they're afraid to come up. They're not gonna because they can't justify. They're just saying stuff.
Yeah.
The guy, Manlow says the Pope is the head leader, like the president of the Roman Catholic Church. Yeah, he's a religious figure. He's at the tip of a religion. And I'm sorry, we can see you can just me and Tabor don't agree on a lot of stuff. I would defer to the Pope over a president, over an elected official, over a politician. I defer to the Pope. I would. That's just me.
Is it because it's a religious thing?
Yeah, yeah. I think that you can put more value in what he says over a Donald Trump.
Yeah, and not to make it about religion. It is just.
Don, Donald Trump wakes up with his ankles swollen,
Come on, man.
with his hands swollen up like baseballs because he has poor circulation. He has a lot of problems. He has a lot of medical problems.
He like his cheeseburgers.
Okay, enjoy.
No, man. The way so like, and I can see why you would go with the Pope, but like it's just like looking at history, and I don't have to dig too deep. It's like just scratching the surface. There's things that go on out here. I'm just talking about my people that the Pope could say something about, but he don't. Let me ask you something. Where the Pope is, I guess that's the Vatican. Is there like a president or a king over where he's at?
A king, nobody. I don't
Something
think.
like that.
Yeah, yeah, he's big. They say he can't be held accountable. So yeah, I'm sure he's a privileged figure in a way. So
But he not big dog. He not like top dog over there.
yeah, he is the top dog. I mean, like I don't know what they're doing, but no, there's no. He wouldn't do anything to cause him to lose the privilege that he enjoys. You talking about somebody go out and just do something stupid in front of the public? I don't know how that would affect them, but I'm just saying no. He's up there. He says somebody in the chat says he's the top dog.
Okay, so there's no president, no mayors, no nothing. Like as far as that goes, that he can like he could be in conflict with in his area. So I can be clear on where I'm going with it. 'Cause I need some type of at least a basic understanding. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, what the Catholic, he like over 1 billion people based on religion, but that's a lot of people to say ain't nobody running nothing over that. Or is that just worldwide? That's a
No,
lot of people
that's
that's power over.
well, yeah, that would be worldwide, but no, it's he's at the Vatican, and within the Vatican, he's the top dog. What he's saying, where he resides, that's they elect officials and stuff, but that's not him. They're separate from them.
Yeah, church and state.
Okay,
I guess that would be basic, right? Church and state, it's separate.
it's a different form of government. You're asking, I don't know what form of government they practice over there. That might be a part of it.
Is that what a parliament's at?
They
Somebody in
might
the
have
chat
one.
know, man.
They might have. I don't know.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's things that go on and just,
That's in
I mean,
Rome, right? That's Rome.
That's what I thought. I thought all that was the same place. I mean, I don't know, different type of over there. They helping me knowing their history.
Yeah, that's in
Well,
Rome. I think the Vatican City. They saying that's separate from where they are. The location.
yeah,
They're in a place, but that place is different.
yeah. But for the most part, the Pope don't make laws.
No, he's the Pope.
Yeah, see. So he can tell you some things, but he can't really move the needle. Spiritually, he can move the needle, but physically, he can't.
Yeah, but I'm amazed that you have more faith in a man than you would a figure like the Pope.
The Pope is a man.
Yeah, but he's the Pope.
Yeah, but the Pope is a man.
But he's the Pope. That's what I'm saying. You don't have any. It's to me you're discounting his position.
I'm not. I understand his position. I understand the pastor at my church too. He a man. He a holy man.
Yeah, but
That
who
don't
would
mean
you listen to? Who would you listen to? A businessman in your city or the pastor in your city?
it depends on what I'm doing. I'm not a religious person. It depends on what's going on, and that should be accounted for. It has to be. Because the pastor, let's just say the pastor is asking you to give money, right? And the pastor ain't is giving me a hard time when I need help. I'm just being honest with you. I gotta apply. I didn't have to
How,
apply to give him my money. Go ahead.
how's a pastor giving you a hard time?
Because when you go to church and you need help, the pastors, I mean, they not just about to help you. They just not about to give you money. They
Well,
not gonna
well,
give.
well.
Go
First of
ahead.
all, they'd have no money if they gave it out like that. But what church? It depends on the church you go to. I
I mean,
saw a
there's that.
guy. I saw a guy on X, and he said he want to see people's tax records. See, that's a church I wouldn't attend. He was said he got to make sure they tithing according to the Bible, so he want to see your tax. I just get up and leave.
Yeah, and that's what I mean. So I get what you're saying, but it's like I see what I see, and then it's online now. Like these people are talking about what these pastors are doing. These pastors are sleeping with people's wives and I can't say taking advantage because they're grown, but they're using religion to get at these people's wives when they're vulnerable. That's wrong, bro. To me. To him, it's right though. But and on the flip side, the businessman, if I learn what I need to learn, I can put myself in a better position. And that businessman can shorten, let's say he's been in the game 30 years. He can give me a quick rundown. Well, not even a quick rundown, but like a crash course respectfully for me to understand what needs to be done because there's an opportunity to be had. Because he sees something in me at least. The pastor go play on my emotions. That's just me. That's the way I see it. It's just, man, I just know some things, man, when it comes to the good book. That's my daddy call it, right? The good book, like people will use that against you and they will play and prey on you. And you be distraught and some of that stuff you just don't get out of. And then you're asking another man for help and you praying and he's telling you some good words, but they just words, G. Some things you just got to get out yourself. Some things you gonna have to figure out. Like and as for me, I didn't have to seek outside who I am to to do better. You know what I'm saying? Like I had to have hard conversations with myself as a man and realize what ain't conducive around me that it just is not helping. Like this ain't helping me, that ain't helping me, smoking ain't helping me. I want to get ahead, I need to stop smoking. That's a personal choice. Nobody can help me with that.
What kind of smoking are you talking about?
Weed.
Cigarettes?
Nah, I was smoking weed
Mhm.
before I
Are
got the
you guys
trucking.
you addicted?
Nah, I wasn't addicted. I didn't have nothing going on, bro. To be honest with you. And then I'm
It
sitting
does.
around.
It
Go
it
ahead.
makes you lazy though. It does. It depends on the person. It can cut your motivation.
Yeah,
You
it
know,
can. But what I
it
also
depends. You
learned,
know.
It depends on who you hanging around. Because there's some people that are extremely active when this is going on, and they have some good conversations. I kid you not. And it's me hanging around certain people. I just don't do it no more. When I put that down, it's just like when I go over there, it's the same conversations, it's the same problems. You smoking, you trying to find money to smoke, and it's just like, bro, they got some real world things going on, bro. How you broke and you want to smoke? You got to pick a struggle, big dog. I can't rock with that. That's a personal thing, and what'll help me get
Well,
out of
what a
that.
lot of what a
Go ahead.
lot of people do, like you said, broke want to smoke, they'll start to just sell because then they have it. And then it ain't even about making money. It's about having it, A, and B, you can sell it and take that to try to pay on it. So even if you don't pay all of it, the amount you pay. So that's what I'm saying. They go from selling, they become sellers. That's all. That's
Yeah,
from what I hear about it.
yeah, they do. I mean, I want to. I used to do it. It made sense to me. What you said, you know what I'm saying? And I didn't seen it done too. But it's still some struggle things going on. Like you risking your freedom. For me, what got me out of a lot of things, it ain't religion. Like I'm not gonna lie, cause I again that's within me and who I speak to myself and me and my conversation with God. But I be watching a lot of business stuff, bro. And business stuff is motivational. It gets me to be active. So the religion is there. It's like what they say, prayer doesn't work without action or something like that. If you want to change, you got to actively change. I can't sit around praying to God all day. I can actively pray while I'm saying, while I'm driving or something to be looked over. But overall, man, I got to put in some work. I got to put in some work, man, if I want a better
Yeah, but you
situation.
need to
Go
make
ahead.
you said you used to good. You need to focus on maintaining your employment, man, and then so you can take care of whatever the state requires for your child support. Also, as your kids grow, you can assist. In addition, they're already paying your support, but I'm just saying you might want to do more. And you
Of
got to
course.
maintain it. You can't let anything, drugs, nonsense. You're a grown man now. All of the play days and fun times like that, those days are over. You're grown now. So you can't run ball. You can't waste time. You got to enjoy it. You got to work, and then the fruits of your labor, you can, you got to divvy them up, man, and then go forward and all that stuff about smoking and stuff. Them days over with.
Yeah, them days over with, bro. I got a kid in high school. I know how I was in high school. Man, you ain't got no car, ain't had no license. You ain't got no motion. You can't afford cleats. You can't go to the basketball camps. Man, I hope my baby mama get over a certain situation, but ain't nothing I can do about it. All I can do is, if my baby girl calls, she needs some help. It ain't gonna be no no's being told. What you need? How can I help you? If it's some money, then it needs to be sent. And I don't need to be giving her no excuses at all. I refuse to do that. I've been there. I know what it feel like. I just seen some little dudes in the store today, not too long ago, and it looked like they was about to steal, Plat. I kid you not. And I'm looking down the aisle, I see them, and they talking to each other. They kind of whispering. I looked at them. I say, man, y'all got everything y'all need, man. And they looked at me. I was just like, whatever y'all need, I'll pay for it. They spent like $20 worth of stuff. Now, if they would have stuck some things in their pocket, it would have been another issue. You know what I'm saying? But I've been there too. And to be able to do something like that, like I don't do it all the time, but it's a situation that's in my face. I can change it. I don't know what
Hmm.
they going through, but it don't matter. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, you get older, bro. Certain things ain't gonna matter, bro. It just, at least to me, it don't matter. And my perspective can be changed by certain people, but it ain't too many people in my life, man, that's gonna be able to get me to smoke or get me to
Good
sit
for you,
still.
man. You've moved on. That's called life. You know, you've moved on. Just like with video games or stuff like that. I mean, I never say it or whatever. I never say they're not enjoyable, but you hit a certain age and you just have certain other things that are just more important. And then you reflect and say, well, yeah, you see them. But you just know that they're a waste of time, and you got other things to do. And it's a transition.
Yeah, it just ain't my thing. It's just like for me, sports. Like I'm focused on my own life stats. I don't care about another man's. That's just me.
There you go. Well, what's up with you, Garris?
Not much, man. I'm just chilling, hearing y'all chopping it up.
Did you have something to add? Or?
Um, I like coming at tail end because that's when y'all start like reflecting on everything else. I kind of heard y'all talking about like just what y'all prioritize in life, like at an older age and stuff like that. And I was mostly talking about how a lot of things that I'm interested in probably aren't gonna be as paramount as I'm older too. Like I'm a big sports fan, I'm a big gaming fan, but I can also see that there's other people older me that aren't interested in those stuff anymore. It'll be hard to convince me that I won't ever be interested in it, but I can understand like from that mindset that I probably wouldn't be as interested like the older I get.
I guess, man, it's up to you. I mean, you could play video games till you 50 if you want to, but nah, they just eat up so much time. I remember when I first I got a video game, man, and I was in my, I think I was 19. Yeah, probably might have been 18. I went out and got the game, um, and I played that game, man, and then I went to work, and then I got 4 days off, and then I played that game, and then I realized it took me on about the after the first week to realize that game ate my life. I wasn't
You
going
do that.
out. Yeah, I wasn't going
Yeah.
out. I wasn't getting haircuts. I wasn't keeping up with the social scene, the people my age, what they were into, what they were doing. I was out of that. And I was literally just playing video games, man. I got rid of that thing, man. I got rid of it. I said I can't transition into manhood playing video games. So I got rid of it. And you got the Call of Duty and stuff. See, guys are like that now. A lot of these guys support Trump. They're big time video gamers. They got the headsets, the glasses. They're
The
deep in
suits.
it. Hmm.
They got
The
suits on.
chair, the chair. You see them
Yeah.
streamer chairs.
Oh yeah. My
Yeah,
partner
That,
got one. The racing
that's
chairs.
that's the streamers in general. Most streamers usually have a headset or a streaming chair. I'm pretty sure you have one, Platt.
well. No, I don't have a streamer's chair, and I don't have a headset. I
What type
had
of chair you have? You have one of those office chairs?
Well, I've always had an office chair. I got a computer chair, it's a basic computer chair.
Those are better anyway. The gaming chairs are like usually phony. A lot of people are buying those like those call center chairs anyway because the gaming chairs are just usually like they're not built like with any like sort of like flexibility and stuff like that. That's why a lot of people. That's why a lot of them dudes like you just saying have the headsets. They just stream a lot.
I know what you're
That's how
talking
they get.
about though, bro. My homeboy got a racing chair. Like it costs like $6,000, bro. Like it got all the
Yeah,
gears
and they're
in
not
it. It got
good.
the screens in front, and it moves. And I've been on it, bro. And it's
That's
just
a
like,
video game though, right?
bro, yeah, it's a video game,
six
but
thousand
it's
Yeah.
dollars for a
racing.
chair is insane. That sounds
Yeah,
like
$6,000
that
Yeah.
chair.
arcade thing. Like you ever seen Terminator? Plat?
Yeah, I've seen it.
You said you seen the second one?
I think I've seen them all. Hold up. Because
You
your mic
remember when the
mic up real loud. Hold on.
I bet.
No. Go ahead. What you say?
Have you in the second one? Do you remember when like John Connor was getting uh that the T-1000 was looking for him like the cop, and he was inside that little gaming chair where it like moves around. It's like a sphere.
No, I
He was
don't
at the
keep up with
arcade.
games like that. No.
It was old. It was like back in the day. Like this was like in the 90s. They had this. It's like you sit in the chair and it's like a full sphere.
Yeah, no,
And
I
then
sit
like
in the chair, man. I mean, like, if I was in front of a computer, I'd sit on a soapbox. I need something to sit on. I don't. Yeah, all of that's. It's got to be a type of chair, and I don't. That's nah,
mhm.
man. Nah. I mean, I got a regular chair. That's just a chair. It's not no game. I see what the not Kai, but the other guy. I see what those guys have. The setup they got. The Rode mic. I see all of that stuff, man.
Yeah, boys spend a lot of money on that, man. I mean, as far as I can see it, as long as they feel like they invested in themselves and they
Yeah.
make money doing it and they happy. Hey
Uh.
man, more
Uh.
power to them.
A. I hope I can say it right. I don't know if I can even say it right. What is this thing? Damn. I don't even know the name. I got to stop doing it. What is a roadcaster? There you go. God, there. A
Bro,
roadcaster run you about 850. A mic with the Shure, that's going to be anywhere from 3. They can go up to 5,000 just for a mic. Then your cords and all of that. So you're looking at about 1,400. Then you're talking about a seat. I haven't priced the racing those seats that you see the other part. I haven't even priced them. I know that mic extension or whatever that thing is, that goes about 75. So you're looking at about 1,500 just the podcast.
Yeah,
And that,
that's insane.
yeah, that's to
You,
start
you
out. You
don't
got
you don't
other
need
mic.
that much, obviously, but
You're right. You don't. You can just do it out your phone.
yeah, do
I
the
mean,
cheap version.
it's kind of a trend now that people are saying make podcasting equipment more expensive because they're just tired of everybody being a podcaster and a lot of people being having a podcast with just shitty ass opinions. Sorry, very bad opinions.
Well, then that means YouTube would have see what you got to understand is the whole term is YouTube. So what YouTube is saying, they want you to. What's your opinion? Okay, Garrett's don't like it. Okay, Garrett's. Guess what? It's a billion other opinions out there, but we want the individual with the opinion you don't like to podcast. That's what they're saying. So you can't really look at it like that. People say stuff wrong all the time, man. I listen to people and they say stuff wrong all the time. I just don't let it, I just accept those are their thoughts.
That's it, bro.
I agree, but certain people shouldn't have a platform.
And that's governed. They do have a rule. That's governed. They have a community guideline that controls all of that.
Yeah, because they don't even really enforce it anymore. Like,
Bullshit. Okay, you can
not
sit if
really. They
you
let
can
a lot
believe it. No, that's no. You can think that if you want to.
of. There's a guy who I've been seeing on my feed like for the past 2 years. He's blatantly racist and he never gets flagged.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on your feed. I don't know, brother.
Like he'll use footage, won't even
Did
use
you
the credit,
did you
and he'll
did you
still.
block did you block them?
No, I didn't block him. He just stopped appearing on my feed.
I don't know what to tell you, man. You can block them in StreamYards. I don't know how you can even access your feed there.
It's because at the time I was watching content like similar to his, and then when I stopped watching that content, it just stopped showing up, which is fine. But at the same time, like I don't think he needs to have a platform at all. Like he's just like blatantly racist.
You can be blatantly racist on these social media platforms, but no,
People
we
follow
just
that.
disagree, man.
Yeah, because YouTube allows it.
Okay, and we just disagree. They enforce their guidelines. They do. You see these guys get kicked off YouTube all the time. They enforce it. They've been whining about it. What's fresh and fit? They've
I
been
was gonna
they've
say
been
that.
gone. They've been still whining about it. They
They're
lost
back on. They're back on YouTube,
mil,
ain't they?
they not monetized. I'm saying they lost millions and millions of dollars doing that
Mm-hmm.
stuff they was doing. Millions of dollars.
Yeah,
They were
I
actually
think
making they were actually the podcaster who was making life changing money, but because of the foolishness,
yeah.
they lost it.
Yeah, he did some racist things.
Well,
Yeah, they
he's
like
doing.
to
He's doing. He's doing. He did. Then he's doing them now. So
they like to
I
that's
pick
what he
mean,
wants to do, man. That's what he wants to do. So
yeah, I mean, it's still content gonna be content. It's somebody that follow it. It's people that follow it. Advertisers advertise on there for them, or with them or whatever. I mean,
you
it's a way
you
to get money.
you can have 700 people, and you can go live and have 500 live listeners, and you can turn around and get donations from 25 people consistently, and you're not even monetized, and you can sit up there and make more money than people monetize with 5 times your following. It just depends on who follows you and who supports you. It's as simple as that. You do not
Yeah,
need
they
to have
like,
10,000. What the chick who passed away in Tanzania, um, I mean, whatever, Zuri, whatever she was, that woman had 80,000 followers on IG, like 200,000 on X or something. That woman now they got to collect money for her funeral. That woman wasn't making no money, man.
Man,
She wasn't making the
bro.
money you think she was making. She's probably getting a couple of hundred a month from each one of them.
rich lady.
Janae, the Renee, Janae chick,
Renee.
Janae, Renee, whatever, Ashley Renee.
I don't think I know what that is. Was she
Uh,
a podcaster?
yeah, she went to Zuri or something. Where's that place?
The white dude that just killed the black girl, Tanzania. That's what it
Yeah,
was.
yeah, she went to Tanzania and lost her life. And I was looking at her. They got a GoFundMe up, and I think they're reaching it. On want to read. I think they want 50,000. They said something about ship the body back. See, I don't know why they put that in there because I don't think it's like that. They'll get the body back. No, 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 no. If you go to Tanzania and you lose your life and your people poor, they'll get your body back. It ain't gonna be like no FedEx, but Tanzania will pay for it. I'm telling you, they'll ship you back. They're not gonna bury you over there. That's a
Insane.
part of them being a tourist thing. They got to ship. That ain't the first one. They have to ship bodies back. People don't just get harmed. They just pass away. They contact their next of kin and they ship them back. It's called on a boat, man. On a boat, believe me, it might take them a while, but you will get home. It might take you 30 days. You'll get home. And then you can collect the body and then you can do all that other stuff. But they said they want to get a $50,000 GoFundMe. See that on that? That's them. I think that's you only need about unless you don't have now she ain't got no money, you need about 15,000.
Even if she had money, her people gonna use it as a bag
Yeah,
grab.
but
The world is watching.
if she had money, you might need about 5,000.
Just to get your body shipped back is insane.
Well, you don't need. I'm telling you, they'll ship you back. You guys think you have to pay for that? You really don't, and you don't have to pay for it right now. If I died in Tanzania, they ship my body back to my next of kin, and they notify my next of kin that he's on ice. He's coming in on a barge. He'll probably be there in 45 days or 30 days. And then they'll say, what we're going to do is we're going to send you a bill. We're going to pay for his shipping, but you got to pay us back. That's what I'm saying. People act like they're not going to ship the body. They're going to ship that body. And they got insurance and all of that, man. They have insurance for all of that type of bad situation. They're insured. They're going to, and then it's a bad reputation. If they get, that country gets a bad rep. So for her, she might already be back.
Could be, bro. And they go play, and the family go play and pray on everybody as long as they can, bro. They go try to sue some people. People doing it. People just do stuff like, I'm not surprised she broke, fam. I'm not surprised she broke. I already know that about the game. For the most part, it's like the cuter they are, the broker they are. Hey man, that's maintenance. Them wigs are expensive. Them wigs she got on, that's expensive, man.
I mean, if she's that cute, would she really need a wig?
Yeah, bro. They wear wigs anyway. It doesn't matter.
I mean, I know some do, but realistically, I think a lot of the women that are so-called good looking that are broke are usually the ones that are just super flashy and compensating for something, which is usually mean that they ain't good without makeup. Usually, at least
I mean,
that's what I've seen.
man, I know. Just like at my bank, I would Navy Fed. Navy Fed offer a basic, and this is the bank, Navy Federal Credit Union. They offer cremation. Like if something happens to you, they'll cremate you.
It's
Like
like
two bands.
insurance.
It costs like two bands, and you just gotta sign up. And then they got insurance for $30 a month. They give you 300K, and you can put your family on it for $45 a month.
Should take that. I take that. If you don't have
Yeah.
nothing else, you should jump
I,
on that now. Believe me, in 30 years, you're gonna be so happy that you did that.
I mean, I'm putting y'all on game. I've been known about it. So,
Oh, you good
and,
then? Okay.
and not to mention other things I can go outside the bank and do. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, it's ways around the bank, and people can be doing stuff. They just choose not to do it, bro. They
Yeah, I
just
know.
choose
I
not
know
to.
a guy. He turned down insurance at the job. It was $2 for like $100,000 policy for all of his kids. He wasn't married, so it wouldn't be a wife. But if he had kids, they said, okay, if you pay us $2 and get in the insurance plan, we'll cover. Uh, if something happens to you, we'll give them 100,000. In addition to if it's something involved with the job, they get that. So if
Yeah,
it's a wrongful death because of the job, they get that payment, and then the additional payment you got insurance. That dude wouldn't check the box, and we said, why don't you check the box? He said, man, the way I look at this, my kids got to make it like I made it. And I'm just,
crazy,
yeah,
bro.
we were just listening.
Crazy.
He said, why they got to have a good life like that? He said, I ain't had no goddamn good life. He
That's
said, they're going to be
crazy.
okay. They're going to go through what I went through.
Some people
And
really
yeah,
think that, bro.
yeah,
I
yeah, yeah.
mean,
He said, he won't that. He said, if I pass away and then they get $100,000, and they cut it up, whatever, 50,000. He got two kids, they get 50,000, and I'm dead, and they living real good. He said, "Fuck that.
It's
They
your
got to make it
kids,
like I
bro.
made it."
That's that man. I experienced a job like that. I worked at High Temco Southwest Houston, Texas. Um, and they had that, right? It's like you'll pay the small amount, like for whatever the 50K, and like you said, if something happened at the job, it's 100K. And I had that at 25. You know what I'm saying? So I know about it, but see, that's what I be saying. Like dudes that be thinking like that, I really don't get it, but I get it. Right? They feel a certain way about life. I can't dare look at my kids and be like, yeah, you need to struggle like I did. I can't do that. Not my baby girl. Nah, I got girls. Nah, we not doing that.
Yeah, but a lot of
We not
people
doing
do. But
if you
boy, a
had a
lot of
son, it
people.
would be different.
what?
If you had a son, it would be different.
No, it'd be the same. But at this
No,
moment in my life,
uh,
I got baby girls, so they're not
yeah,
going
but
through that.
but a lot of look, we got to be for real. A lot of people do that, and a lot of people don't turn down the insurance option because they don't have the money. They turn it down because they don't want to pay it. And then
Yeah,
that's just the way they look at the world. They say, well, um, you know, I don't want nobody to benefit from my death. That's how they look at it.
yeah, yeah. My dad, when I hit 18, when I came to his house, the first thing he did, like within like 2 weeks of me being there, like one of the major things that he did, we both had policies on each other. He said, if something happened to me, this is gonna be for you. Like, you know what I'm saying? He was military, man. We went through a whole lot of situations with my family or whatever. So I know policies was lost and ain't no way I can get them. But paperwork was hitting or whatever. But people do things like that. My dad was military, so when he passed, my dad military, so when he passed away, I think it's called a SGLV or something like that. I mean, chat, y'all tell me if I'm wrong. But it's something to where like if he had a house, it'll pay off the house, and then like there's a difference within the policy we'll have. Yeah, all that went missing. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like my family was playing it dirty, but that's them. They family didn't leave them nothing. My dad moved a certain way, and they didn't like that, bro. So Yeah, but I don't get that, bro. It's like, why would you want your kid to start at zero? Why would you want your
Yeah.
kid
Because
to
they
be as stressed
started
as
at
you
zero.
was?
Because they started at zero.
Yeah, not everybody is well equipped as you.
They just it's a different thinking. It's real hood, it's real ghetto, but that thinking still goes on. They don't think about the future like that. And they
Yeah,
don't think about, okay, my kid's gonna be taken care of if I pay. They don't look, they just look at it, they gotta go through what they went through. They went through hell growing up. Maybe they had a parent that was on drugs. Maybe they had a problem even getting fed. And they saying that they survived, so they don't look at it like they need to do. They say, man, they'll be all right because I went through hell. They'll go through hell, and if they're weak, they don't need to go. They weak anyhow. He said they're gonna be strong like me. I
yeah.
saw that, and then I watched that man going buy him another pair of shoes. He already had three pairs, two of them he wasn't even wearing, and he went and bought him another pair, which he could have did the little $2 a month on the insurance. Man, he ain't gonna do that.
They had a dude. I seen him on Instagram. I saved his information. Is a dude. He does trading, like he trade forex or whatever he trade. And he got into schools and he was showing kids how to trade in 8th grade, bro. And these kids are making thousands of dollars in school. And the dude said it himself. It's in the video. The dude was like, "Man, I watch parents hate on kids because they're making more money than them."
Yeah.
I was like, and I know these are real things. I know it. I had a mom like that. I see it. I know what it is. It is what it is, and ain't nothing I can do about it, man. But I know how my sisters came up. I know how they struggled, and man, listen, my
What you
baby
got?
girl ain't about to
You
sign
have
my
to
feet up.
you have to be careful doing that to a person who may not. Maybe they have a job. They're making probably 30,000 a year raising four kids, and
That
you
was a
like you
choice.
say you find out through a trader. He shows kids how to take $10 and flip it and do all of that, and the kids are showing family members. You can make a family member feel real small. A parent feel bad. You got to be careful. My point is, you have to be careful how you present that to them because it's almost telling them you don't need them no more.
I
That's
mean,
basically what you're saying. I don't need you. Look, I took $10. I done made 3,500. Your broke ass. We'll never see 3,500 with your broke ass. That's what I'm saying. You can make a parent feel bad.
because they hate us. A lot of people
No,
are
that's
haters, bro.
right.
They hate us, bro. To sum it up, that's what it is. I Show Speed got a story about his mama putting him out the house. Now look at him. He the biggest streamer in the world. And rich.
I don't think she put him out of the house for good though.
It don't matter. Put out is put out, bro. The last thing you need is to have the people that birth you, you know, like shun you because you don't want to take the path that they took.
Yeah,
I mean,
we
That's crazy.
people get kicked out for a bunch of reasons though. I mean,
I mean, it don't matter. It's still your kid.
No,
No
we
matter what
do
it is.
though. Black people though, we ate up with jealousy though. We ate to the
Yeah.
bone with
We
that.
jealous, bro.
You have to be very careful around black people with success, right?
Yeah.
Because it becomes problematic real quick.
And a lot of times you can just want to help them out because with the way I seen the trade, and I was just like, the parents can do it too. Because the dude made it a point. He was like, the kid can't get the account without the parents signing them up, and they can't get the money without the parents cashing it out. So it's like they just don't want to see you win, bro. And then what I also know too is like they got so much hate. It's like the the dark the hate for me, so like my own personal situation, my baby mama hate for me is stronger than her love for her kid, if that makes sense. Because she wouldn't allow me in her life, which is fine, right? It is what it is. I was done the same way, but my dad was prepared for me. He gave me some game. He helped me, you know, get through some things that I didn't know how to get through. But nonetheless, bro, they just be like that, bro. People got sisters, brothers, friends. You grow older, you realize how people are. You realize they want to be where they at. They comfortable. Let them be comfortable.
Well, let's talk about black men though. Black men uniquely have a hatred and jealousy of each other that
They do.
it's very dangerous, man. So You're right. A guy who's doing good, who flaunts that, it's going to be problematic for him. Even though he did good. He didn't say you couldn't do the same thing. He said he did good. Well, it's going to be problematic because they're going to look at it and say you don't deserve that money. You don't deserve the life you
that you
live.
that you work for. You
Yep.
don't deserve it. Yeah,
You don't
man.
deserve. Yep. You
Go
don't.
ahead.
You don't. You don't. You don't. You
Why do
don't.
you think black men specifically have this problem?
They
Because
was raised like that. The
Slavery,
family.
remnants of slavery. Yeah, the legacy of being a man and being controlled. We have not always been free men. See, one thing that America, what we enjoy in America, when you see, like I said, Sean Hannity is a free man. He may have started out he was regular. He came from a working class family. He used to hang wallpaper. He didn't went to college or nothing. He makes millions. I don't know, 50 million a year for Fox
Whew.
News. They
That's
don't,
what your homeboy would do for you.
but
Yeah, that makes sense.
they don't. He doesn't look at the world from that perspective. I think Negroes look at it fucked up because they've been broke and they've been broken as men. And they've been denied being a man, but they've had to live that role.
I,
So they resent each other from a perspective that has a lot of immaturity in it. They don't understand that you come a certain age, you become a man, you're no longer a boy. They have almost a playground type jealousy of each other. You see that even in the NFL. I see them grown ass men in the NFL spitting on each other, fighting. Those men are millionaires. But they be
millionaires,
doing that shit.
bro.
They be doing it.
Yeah, they do it, bro.
that might just have something to do with bravado. That's not a black thing. That's every man thing.
I mean, it happens more with black people. I know when I was like in high school, I hung around a couple cats. I mean, even middle school, the Jordans come out, they got the Jordans. It don't matter. Overall, they're broke. But them J's came out, they had Jordans on their feet. They had a few pairs. And in my ninth grade year, I met a dude, and come to find out, his dad had him in Target and Walmart magazines. Like he was a model. I used to hang with him. Hood as hell. You go to his dad house, he got a setup that's nice as hell. You go to his mama house, he got a setup. He got all the shoes, he got all the clothes. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's just, and I wasn't no hater on him, but cats at the schoolhouse was hating on him. And before he came, they were the dude, you know what I'm saying, who had. But Terrence came around, bro, and it was a wrap. He was hood and he had it. So it was just like, yeah, whatever y'all talking about, I ain't trying to hear. Like, I got around him, it was inspiration to me, bro. The way his daddy moved, you know what I'm saying? His stepmama, his mama, everybody was just cool. You know what I'm saying? And it's just, I don't know. Some adults could be inspirational to you though. The way they came up poor, but they don't let their kid ain't live nothing like that at all.
Yeah.
You can't tell me my kid ain't about to get birthday parties or access to a car or have a car, the job, getting money when they need it. They not giving them no hard time. Like, some people they just jealous, bro. They jealous. It's
Well, you're
it's a
right about that.
household thing.
And you can, I mean, them your kids, you can spoil them if you want. You can deliberately, that's not going to be good for them. But knowing that, you can spoil your kids because you want to.
I mean,
You could tell people in your family, yeah, my kids spoiled, man. They like, damn, you give them everything they want. Yep. Said, but they going to be spoiled. They already spoiled. And you say, because I want to do it. Because I'm doing it because I want to. Fuck you. What are you talking about? Don't worry about it.
my I got my daughter when my baby mama told me she was moving. I went and grabbed her big 75-inch, hung it on the wall, new bed. She called me for shoes, toys, clothes, whatever she called me, bro. I'm doing it, bro. I'm doing it, bro. I don't care. Her grandma tell me and her mama say you spoiling her. That's not good for her. But it's like, what's the flip side of it? I don't give her enough.
Yeah.
You know what
I
I'm
know a
saying? And that's a
dude.
problem too.
I know a dude here, grandfather, and he does that for I think he got about 6 grandkids, but I think 2 of them, because at the time we first had him, his money wasn't there, but now his
Yeah.
money is way more than there. And he was telling me, he said, man, I bought she like 7. He said she wanted a bike. My little grandbaby wanted a bike. And he said, I told her to wait because they was in the store and they was like, mommy can get it and all that. He said, no, just wait. And he said, he went over there Saturday. He said he had 2 presents and she opened it up. And it was one was the bike she wanted. And then she opened up another one. It was a different color. And she couldn't believe it. And he said, you can have 2 bikes. He said, I'm your granddaddy. I'm going to take care of you. You don't need no 1 bike. You tell everybody you got 2 bikes. And that's good. You know, you can do it, but you know, that creates problems with kids who have no bike. You know what I'm saying? But maybe she has a friend that's good enough where they can bicycle together. You know what I'm saying? But sometimes that don't work. You know what I mean?
My daughter have 2 sisters from my baby mom had kids with another dude after me, and her sisters don't get nothing what she get. It's night and day, bro. But if my baby called me for some, and it's just me though. If my baby called me for some Chick-fil-A, I'ma feed them all. It don't matter where she at. Her grandma house, her mama house. I'm sending food for all of them because I know I know the resentment that's gonna happen. When I bought her a bike, my baby was like, well, my sisters don't have a bike, and I want to ride my sisters, so we go get 2 more bikes. I mean, it's an extra $40, $50 for them little bikes. You know what I'm saying? She was happy. My baby mom send me photos all the time of them outside riding the bikes. They're happy. This was 2 years ago. You know what I'm saying? I know how kids can be, bro. I used to be a kid. I ain't too far from it. You know what I'm saying? I know why I am the way I am, and it stemmed from my childhood. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, bro, I'm not. You can't tell me I can't spoil mine, bro. We'll argue. I stopped rocking with you. I did that with a chick when I bought my baby her iPhone 13 because we had matching phones. She was 7 then. When me and that girl got into it about that phone and me buying that phone, oh yeah, I stopped rocking with her. I went home and we done. Kid you not, bro. Ain't rock with her. It's been 3 years since then. Yeah, you can't tell me about my daughter. Whatever you got going on with your kids and baby daddy, that's what you got going on. But mine, nah. And me and her mama don't argue about that. Ain't nothing to argue about.
That's crazy though. But I'm saying we have that problem. I know. You're right, Gareth. That's all people. People are evil. All people are capable of evil. So you can't regulate it to a race, but it's something going on with Black Americans. It's something going on with them when it comes to certain things. You can't say it's not, especially when it comes to the homicide rate with Black males. I've seen Black dudes go after each other. I've seen Black dudes sell dope, and one of the dudes winds up getting a good score. Somebody picks him up. Hey man, no, you come here. And they talk to him and introduce him to an opportunity to go do something. He comes back, he's successful. I say those guys turn on him. He ain't done nothing to them. He's right there with them.
Eating.
Just that the guy who has the accent, the plug, says, no, you, not them. Y'all stay there. Come here. And he says, I need you to do this A, B, C, and D or whatever. And he comes back with about $4,000. And all of a sudden, them guys got a problem. He ain't did nothing to him. So it's something going on. Something going on in the community, man, that's strange about that.
Hey, hard, bro.
Yeah.
That's why I tell you, I know you don't be, I know we had our conversation about Floyd. That's why I tell you, I rock with what he do, bro.
No,
it's still motivational, bro.
Okay.
Yeah, you're right.
Right.
It's on a different level. It's on a different. Floyd is telling you go get a skill, and you can do this too, low key. Maybe not on my level, but you can
Floyd
still do it.
Floyd need to pay his taxes, brother.
Hey, Floyd's still outside though. But I get what you said though, bro. Yeah, bro. Certain people they see things in people. He looked more trustworthy, and the same people that's hating on him is the same people that was eating with him. They was in the trenches together.
Who you talking about? 50?
No, I'm just talking about just what you talking about with the dude.
Who, Stephen A?
No,
the people who was hating on Floyd was Stephen A. Smith.
I'm not talking about Floyd.
Hold up. Jason Whitlock. What's them dudes on the I don't even know the name of that show. It's another sports show with the guy Ezekiel. What's his name? Echo. Ezekiel Echo or some Ocho or something. Not
Ocho
not not
Cinco?
yeah. Well, they bought it up, but
I
no.
like Ocho.
The guy
Ocho fool.
who was smashing Joy Taylor, Echo, whatever his name. I don't know his name. He got a box haircut. He used to play in the NFL. He played 1 year.
I don't watch sports with dog.
Oh, okay.
No
Okay, it don't matter. Anyhow, he was talking about those guys. He was talking about all those people who kept bringing it up online, and he was trying to prove that he had money, and in the process, he proved he didn't have money because ain't nobody rich walking around with no 50K. That's not no money. Ain't no millionaire gonna throw out no 50K.
Hey, hate go be hate. I was talking about how you was talking about the dope dude, the story you was talking about, and I was like the dudes that he came up with were in the trenches with him. Like they all started getting money together.
Yeah. And the way you do that is you don't say nothing. This how you do that. If I'm out there slanging, if I'm in the trap, and while I'm in the trap, I run into a dude, maybe a customer, and we just hit it off. And then one day he show up and be like, "Yo, man, what you doing Saturday?" And I said, "Nah, I'll probably be up in here." Said, "No, can you skip?" Say, "Yeah, I ain't got to come in." Say, "All right, man, meet me so and so." And then I go there, and then he hooked me up with somebody. They said, "We need my." So anyhow, I'm a criminal, and I'm doing criminal shit. So I go and do it, and then I make a lot of money compared to what I was making. The way you handle it, especially a black man, you don't say nothing to them.
But
you put your money away. No, you put your money away, man. You'll say nothing to it. When they say, "Yo, man, where you been?" Say, "I'll be there in a minute, man." Say, "Nah, you're right. I got some shit I gotta take care of here." But yeah, I'm still down. Because if you floss out, they gonna come for you. I know that. I done seen it too many times. Should they know? I've seen that shit too many times. We just had a guy, they ran down on the man, him, his baby mama, and the little baby. Off of that, he came up and they was mad. He came up. He didn't put them in on it, none of that. So they sat there, worked themselves up, and then came down on that man. That man ain't did nothing to them.
What I wanted to say, what I wanted to say when it comes to that, in some cases, like if you talking about hustling hard, like that's part of your network. Them dudes that you was hanging with, that's watching you come up, they part of the distribution situation. So they gonna hate too. Your baby mama can hate. Your family, your uncle can hate. I mean, and if you see some of our good black movies, that's the way it is. That's the early 80s, 90s movies. You know, the Blue Hill Avenue, but they got Sugar Hill, the other one, New Jack City, Paid in Full. It all be the same, bro. It be people you know. It's like you can't win for lose. You gotta put them on.
That's
You
why
ain't
I
got
said
to.
you got. Well, you're right. That's why I said you gotta. There's a lot of haters out there, so you gotta get away from them. It's the same thing on these YouTube channels. A lot of these niggas, you see all these niggas, they don't fuck with each other like that. You think they do, because you see them on these channels. No, they don't. No, they don't. They don't fuck with each other. And half of them are haters. They just be on there. They be on there, but they hate us. They don't want to see that other person come up.
Yeah, come through, and it's like we can both. We both can afford this car. We can both afford these J's, but I just look good and I look better than you in them, and it's a real thing. And cats be hating on that, bro.
They hate on a player.
They hate on the player, bro. Right? Listen, will you keep it play? Come on, bro. Look at the dude Mo3, right? I don't know if you know, he got some songs out.
I heard. Ain't he dead?
Yeah, because he was messing with another dude, baby mama. Like, homie, you didn't even want her no more. What you tripping on?
They will do that. You're right. They will get you over there. You're right.
Oh, your baby mama. And it for me, my baby mama got a second dude, and when she had a second dude, I done pulled up a couple times with beers in hand. I ain't about to beef with you, homie. You live after my kid house, low key. You know what I'm saying? I don't need no problems, because I don't want to come see you. You don't need to come see me about nothing. Like we share the same baby mama. What I'm hating, nigga, you can have her. It's your turn, homie. Take off my hands, big dog.
A lot of dudes don't want to give up their baby mama though.
Which is crazy, because you don't want her no more. You moved
and
a
lot of women simp, especially black men. They simp black guys out over. So a woman can have a kid with you, but she don't even want to deal with you. Like other than she had the kid, maybe
Yeah,
even sent your ass to jail, don't like you, sleeping with other men. But
yeah.
she needs a guy to take care of something. I seen women simp guys like that. Them guys, they like robots. All of a sudden now them guys be on a crash out because she told them to.
Uh-huh. Yep.
Yeah.
Go and fight the baby daddy
Yeah.
on goofy time.
But no, not him. It might be some dude.
Yeah, on anybody.
It might
And
be a
there's a lot.
barber, a guy chop hair. And she said, when I go in there to get now, she ain't even with him. She just had a baby with him 5 years ago. She don't even let him come by the house.
Yeah, he
And
alienated now.
she done sent this nigga to jail a couple of times for
Mhm.
various things, right? And then she'll go up to him all of a sudden out of nowhere and be like, yo, so-and-so, the dude that be in the far chair keep trying to holler at me. And I told him, leave me alone. And he got mad and cussed me out in front of the other barbers. And I was like, you better watch out messing with me. And he was like, I ain't thinking, and then I don't know what to do. So I wish somebody would help me and go in there and whoop his ass. Man, these I've seen it. You be like, yo, man, that's the woman that sent you to jail. Yeah, I know. Hey man, that's the woman that won't let you come by the house to see your kids. I know. That's the woman who don't fuck with you no more. I know, but I'm finna go crash out. Yeah, they'll do that shit in a minute.
Yeah,
They
they'll
will
do that.
do that shit in
Yeah.
a minute.
Yeah, I ain't doing that. I already told my baby mama. I say, listen, G, if you allow some dude to come over here and violate y'all, that's on you. You go call your folks. And she done had a couple situations, but you go call your folks, my nigga. I'm not crashing out for you, homie. I'm not crashing out for no female. But my daughter, G, and I'm telling you, she only gets one chance. She go get one time for me to show up when it comes to boys in her life. Other than that, it's that's it. So if it happens in her teenage years or happens in her 20s, she get one time, bro. Because I told her before, and I remind her, and she 10. I say, do daddy put his hands on you? No. Then no man should put his hands on you. Don't talk crazy to no man. Just leave. If you gotta leave your stuff, just leave.
Now that is the problem. You're right. That is a unwritten problem when you have girls. You're right. They have to transition to adulthood, and you're right. You could tell them. You can literally live. You could move into the room with them. Tell them, don't mess with this guy. Do not mess with this guy. And sure enough, that's the one she wants to mess with. You're right. So
I know the way I look, right? I can put the suit on. I done did the business situation, but for the most part, I'm in my sweatpants, my Jordans, and my ball cap. I look like I'm straight out of someone's hood. So my daughter most likely gonna be attracted to that. Not gonna lie. I'm gonna be realistic about it. But I also know if she start rocking with some dude, hopefully I got something going on. So if homie broke, hey, get up, homeboy, let's go. We going to work. Come on, you need to go get some money. Like, I'm gonna be that type of cat. I don't have to be, but I will be. Because the last thing I need is he be a crash dummy for somebody else, and my daughter's a part of the crash dumminess, and shit, things go left. So I'm gonna try to monitor as much as I can, but for the most part, she got free will. I can't save you when you get older. You had a baby for a dude that's a bum. I mean, you chose him. You know what I'm saying? I can tell you not to do it, but look, female, you can tell them the sky is blue. She gonna argue about why it's purple. Whatever. Live your life, baby girl. I ain't tripping.
well, we wanted to talk about Sean Hannity. Sean Hannity, Fox News. He said if I had to choose between the Pope and Trump, I'd take Trump. He said he was raised Catholic, and you have to really wonder about a kid growing up as a Catholic, and there's the Pope. There should be some type of special identification for him being raised as a Catholic. He should hold whoever is the Pope in high regard. He said no. He said, I side with Trump, which is weird, man. You have to wonder. And he gives nightly news. He's on the air reporting about the White House. And this man is clearly a propagandist. He's clearly in Trump's pocket. And this is ridiculous. He came out up front and said, I would choose Trump over the Pope. I don't even know how to answer a question like that. I literally don't
Loyalty.
even know how to answer that type of question.
Loyalty, man. I mean, that's like somebody going to their job, or at least to me, that's like somebody going to their job and doing whatever the boss man asks, and they would shun their family and got no time for their family, and they put their boss above their family. They put money above their family. The dynamic of the family, the people within it, no matter who they are, their money gonna come first over their family. I get it. It makes sense, man. You gonna be
Yeah,
loyal
but
to
you can't.
somebody on this
You got. I'm gonna take the Pope. I'm sorry. I'm not Catholic. I'm taking the Pope, man, over Trump. Trump's a politician. I'm taking the Pope. If it was Barack Obama, which I don't know why they would try to attach that to me, but I take the Pope
Cause he
over
black,
Barack
black.
Obama.
I mean,
There you
they
go.
gonna throw
There
it
you
at
go. Well, then
cause he black. We gotta be
that's
honest.
it. That's it. I'm voting
He
for him.
black.
There you go. There you go. That's all I need. Yeah, I don't know why they would think I would vote for Barack Obama. I didn't agree with a lot. I didn't agree with quite a bit things he did. And when you talk about religious figure, Obama wasn't nothing. Well, he was religious, but he didn't govern from a religious perspective because a lot of
Sure
stuff he
didn't.
did went against the Bible. So somebody said, what do you think about what the Pope is saying versus the president? I would side with the Pope.
Man, ain't the Pope handpicked? Like there's like there would be
Yeah,
another if something happened to
they
this Pope.
pick them. The
Yeah.
people in the Vatican, they pick them.
Yeah, so it's not a public vote
Nah.
set up. Yeah. That makes sense. That'll make
and
sense, man.
and he said weak on crime. The Pope. I don't even understand how you can make that comparison. He's a Pope.
He said, what about the Pope?
He's weak on crime.
Oh. I mean, what can the Pope do about crime? What is he
Yeah,
gonna do?
yeah,
That's what
that's
he
what I'm
said, man.
saying. I don't know what they mean by that. That don't make sense.
You can't do nothing. That's the point I was trying to make earlier about him not having no real power. I mean, he got power again spiritually, but as far as like the daily governance of people, like it's a choice. And if a dude, like you said, man, 50 million, bro, for talking on TV, he make that kind of money? Damn. I wish I had some other resources
Ooh,
when I was
Hannity,
coming
yeah.
up.
Well, Hannity makes probably more than that.
I know Stephen A. Smith got a bag over years. Like I think it's like a 5-year deal or something. If I ain't mistaken, I seen the what they call it because he was making a point why he was worth $100 million. And it's just like, hey man, if you can squeeze the numbers. I know Boosie outside talking about how Vlad need to pay him $35,000 for filming, and Vlad wasn't
Hmm.
going for it. You know what I'm saying? Boys got their
Hmm.
prices, bro. I ain't hating. Man, pay that man.
Yeah.
Pay that man. I want to see you win, bro. I ain't no hater, bro. I'm telling you, no matter what the come up is, I don't care if you white, black, Asian, or if it's a come up story, man. Talk about it. Inspire me, my boy. Yeah, man. But that is wild that he go against his religion like that. I mean, he didn't take it that seriously though. That's what I see. He could have.
Yeah. Yeah, man. They're men. Trump's a man. I don't even know how you can say you would choose Trump over the Pope. Trump's just a man. He's not something special. The Pope is special.
You think so?
Trump, Trump's just a man. Yes,
How you think the Pope's special?
that's the Pope, man.
I mean, I get it, but what make him special? Because he
He's the
represented
Pope.
religions?
Yes, he's the Pope.
I mean, I can see he rare as a human, but he's still human, Platt. He's
I didn't
still a
say he
man too.
wasn't. I said he's the Pope.
Yeah, I mean, I can see the religious side, but
He's a
I mean, they
spiritual
both still
leader.
human.
You're not looking at that. You're talking about Trump, bro.
No, I mean, I do look at I get the spiritual part, but he's still, I mean, for the most part, he's still a man. They still be out here doing things. The Pope they got in trouble too. I think what
Okay.
the last one, I don't know about this one. I ain't against him. I mean, it makes sense, but that boy say, man, my money over everything. My loyalty to Trump is come first to my religion. I mean,
Okay.
that's what I'm saying, bro. Them back alley conversations they be having with each other that we ain't privy to. There be things going on, man.
I
Things
got you,
going on.
DeBoer. I got you. And we finna go ahead and shut this down, man.
For sure, bro. I appreciate it.
I
Appreciate the
appreciate
convo.
you, DeBoer. Don't be a stranger, man. Take care of yourself, though.
Hey, man, you too.
All right.
Bet.
We got Sean Hannity, who says he chose Trump over the Pope. He was raised as a Catholic. This is the man who gives you propaganda from Fox News. It's ridiculous. If you watch Fox News, what they're doing down there is absurd, it's disrespectful. They just make up lies. And now I guess they're all going to be worshiping Trump now. So now we're going to have the first church of Trump. The first church of the Trump. And I guess Don Jr. will be the Jesus. Like, I don't know. I'm trying to figure this thing out, man. More blasphemy. Trump appeared on his social media page with Jesus hugging on him, and after he was told not to do, he did it again. And now they're going after Trump. They're JD Vance. They're going after the Pope, disrespecting the Pope. JD was there calling the man names. Hey, that's crazy, man. I never thought America we would go after the Pope, man. Never. But we're going after the Pope. Like the stream, man. Support the platform. Hit the Cash App. Hit the Super Chat. Support the platform. Hit the Cash App. Hit the Super Chat.